You are the champ. Believe me, you got more guts than you got sense. Yes! I love it. I am back! Woo!
You win. Perfect.
Yes, sir. It's been a couple of weeks, but we are back indeed. My man, Spin Nation here with my man, Riders Up. Tim, how are you, buddy?
Couldn't be better, Sean. We spent a weekend last weekend at Keeneland together, and
Yes,
we
we
got
did.
that meet hot and heavy. We got a couple more weeks. Churchill opening, Derby's 3 weeks away. I mean, what better time for horse racing fans? Let's go.
Absolutely, buddy. There's so much fun down there. I mean, you just can't beat it. Keeneland, beautiful weather. Couldn't have been better weather. Great racing, and a lot of great company, a lot of fun. So very excited to be back. We're excited to be back in the lounge. We've missed all of you guys, so glad to be back with you. Ryan Gallivan, gatekeeper, already in the house. How are you, my friends? Ready for a fun night of racing at Evangeline Downs with our buddy Rob Toole. So very excited. And we got 12 minutes to go until race one. We'll get into that. Exactly. And Tim, how's looks like another beautiful day down there at Keeneland today. Your weather's been pretty good, huh?
Oh, man, the weather's been incredible. I mean, you saw how it was last weekend, and then it still hasn't really changed from that. And we do have a storm system that's scheduled through on Saturday. I don't think it'll hit until after the races on Saturday. But even for Keeneland, if you're handicapping that Sunday card, make sure that you keep in mind that the track might be wet.
Oh, okay. Very interesting to see exactly. So we got Anthony back with us. How are you, Anthony? Great to see you, my friend.
We are glad to be back. Believe me. I mean, we had the issue to where you get Turfway stopped. There's nothing going on at the other tracks. And then, we got people, we had some work commitments that kept us out 1 week. And then Sean and I last Thursday, we couldn't do it because we're at Keeneland.
Right.
So it's just been one thing after another. But Sean, let's we got to talk about this.
And the Oscar goes to...
Yes, we visited our buddy Oscar Performance down at Mill Ridge Farm, the great people down there. Shout out to Headley Bell and Price Bell, and they're great people out there. Honestly, Tim, I think one of the most underrated and historic farms in the Kentucky area. If you are going down, definitely go see them.
I totally agree. I love that place. I think it's incredible, getting to hear, Hadley joined us on our tour for a few minutes and just kind of talked about the basics of what they're trying to do with their farm. And, that I get that there are some really historical farms and big stud farms around the area, and people kind of gravitate to those. But if you're going to Keeneland and you're into this game, how can you not go to Mill Ridge and learn about the history? Because Keeneland wouldn't be there if it wasn't for Mill Ridge. And then the other thing about it is, if you really want to get up close and personal with the horses, Mill Ridge does it like nobody else and allows you to, get up and touch the mares. And we're right there close with the studs, and, get to feed all the little ones, the weanlings and the yearlings. And it was just a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, great time. You even got to see the 1-year-olds put out to the field, which was really cool, and dance to the tractor music.
Well, Ryan, last Saturday I was killing at Keeneland for a while, and Sean knows what I'm gonna say. It was just like I was having a really good day, and when you're having a pretty good day and you're picking winners, you're like, hey, we've got a 2-day carryover on the pick six.
Yeah,
let's play a pick six ticket.
Yeah.
Leg one was a single. We're through. Leg two, I had a couple. Leg three, I had a couple. Then I had another single, and we're through. And then I've got 3 horses going into the feature, and I'm feeling pretty good, Sean. And, you know, I've got the 2 that were taking all the money, and the 9 and the 10. And then I have the 7 horse who was my actual top pick in there, and he was a little bit of a price. But I had 7, 9, 10, and I didn't have 8.
Yeah.
Who was riding that 8 horse, Sean?
Oh, that would be one Kazushi Kimura. Yeah. No.
If you're not new to the channel, you know that KK and I had a love-hate relationship, and I love to hate that guy. But he brought home a 40-1 shot to win the feature there, kicked me out of the pick 6. And of course, I was singled in the last leg. And of course, my single came in. So the good thing is Keeneland does have a consolation pick 6. They pay on 5 of 6 as well. But by the way, that 6 of 6 paid $95,000.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. My ticket was really skinny.
Yeah.
I had singles in there, and I was really skinny in other legs. My total ticket was $36. I thought it was 32. 32, but I looked at it, it was 36.
36, okay.
So it was a $36 ticket for a pick 6. That's pretty darn skinny. And to finish 5 of 6. So I paid 32, and then the consolation paid $305. So I got that 3 times because in the leg I missed, I had 3 horses in there. So I still got almost $1,000 back on a $32 ticket. And normally you would be pretty happy about that, but it feels like a gut punch when the pick 6 paid such a high price and $95,000, and you're right there and you're seeing the ball and you got the horses, but you don't have that one.
He did hit the turf pick 3 though. So that was good too as well. Yeah. So.
All right, Sean, we're getting close. We got 6 minutes.
Yes, we do.
Yes. One real quick.
Yes, sir. Yep. Let me read the conditions here. Okay. And we got conditions 5 furlongs, state bred, maiden 10,000 for accredited Louisiana British fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. And the scratch of the 4 to 0 here. Yeah. And I will go over my picks here quickly, my friend. My number 1 pick in this race happened to be the, let me see here, my friend. I went with a little bit of a price here. I'm surprised it's that high. Mary Claire, Kevin Thompson, and Magnan, who's already 25% in limited numbers here. I thought this horse came in 3rd 3 times, but ran is over 2 at Evangeline, but that's against maiden specials. I know it didn't really show anything, but that was like a year and a half ago versus much better. This horse seemed to have found the right group in the sandbox. Don't know if it's exactly the winning horse, but I think this horse could hit the board at 16-1. That's a very good price. My second horse was Goldie's Moon, Henry Johnson, Dominguez, who's off to a very solid start already. 15 out of 34 in the money. Love the fact that this horse came off the layoff and came in second. Sergey led and then clear second. He was way ahead of the rest of the field. I do think the public's got this right at 3-2, and this horse would be awfully tough to beat. And my third pick was the 8 Sweet Aurora G. Colby Hernandez, who's off to a slow start, but I like this horse. Had a nice 3rd way back in the day in Evangeline versus Maiden Special. Dropped down to Fairgrounds 10,000. Seemed to really find the right group. Just missing with Pedroza and even a nice second there. So I thought this 8 could be in contention. So my upset pick was the 3, but really I'm going to go 6, 3, and 8.
The 6 is logical. I thought the 6 made a lot of sense, but this one's been off since February. I would like to see a few more works in there. There's only a couple of works showing on the tab since they've been off here. So the numbers definitely put this horse in contention coming in from Delta Downs. Got the 1 race at Louisiana, but hasn't raced yet at Evangeline, and they are a little bit different here. So I'm going to try to beat that one and put that one underneath. I actually had that one as my 3rd pick. So I'm going to go towards the outside, though, Sean, right before the AE, and that's the number 12 Paradise Ridge. This horse was 7-2 on the morning line, and right now we're getting 6-1. And I just think that she really fits in here. So she comes out of the Richards barn. Last time out, she was in a 40,000 maiden special weight. and if you look at that in a 5.5, it was just like kind of even race. But my question is, was it a trainer putting a horse into a race and kind of figuring out where she needs to be? And just like a lot in here, she's on a drop. But I think when you look at some of the races she's had against Bettor, that she kind of fits here. I think that she might like the 5 furlongs a lot better than she liked the 5.5 last time out. When you look at her 5 furlong races, she's right there in contention. So I'm going to give her a try on top. And my second pick, Sean, I'm with you. I was on Mary Claire.
Yeah.
I like everything you said. This horse seems to be getting better at the right time. Comes in from the fairgrounds, has definitely been racing against Bettor. Has been here at Evangeline and is 0 for 2, but I'm willing to give her a shot at this level here at Evangeline against these. I didn't see anything other than the 6 that really stood out to me. So we'll see if we can get that one home.
Love it. And let's say hello to everybody here. The Gatekeeper second day playing Keeneland. Hope you do better tonight here, my friend. You were doing well before. That's great. Joseph Myers, Evangeline Downs. Are there alligator or swamp boat races on the card? No, there are not.
Hey, Curtis, I was really disappointed. I was working today and did not get to play that last race, but I also had Flying Mohawk on top, and I was disappointed I did not get to play that one. But I'll tell you, Sean and I saw Jason Worth out there every day.
Every day, yep.
He's just there at Keeneland every day.
And how good is Tyler riding right now? Tyler is seeing the ball.
He and Irad both had 3 wins on the card yesterday. I haven't gone through the card today. I just got home and jumped in for this to get this. So I'll go through that later and take a look at everything. I didn't get to follow it a lot today during the races.
Yeah,
we got 1 minute here, so let's see if we can get something done.
You put your ticket up quickly. Say hi to Mike, Senior Stable. Great to see you, buddy. Beverly, any picks for Woodbine this weekend? I might sprinkle a couple in. Stay tuned, my friend. Opening weekend at Woodbine. Yeah, let me got a couple of the irons in the fire there. Patrico, what's up, buddy? How are you, Paul? Hopefully, a couple of huge wins. Love to hear that. Kyle Graves checking in, buddy. He's got his exact key box with the 3 with 1, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. Great job, Curtis, hitting that late pick 3. He's got a tri-key 12 with the 3, 6, 8, 9. Uncle Sully, how are you, sir?
Ryan said Tyler had 2 more today.
Oh, yeah. Jenny Mack, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. Bob Jackson's in the house. Look at this. We got James White. All the bands back together. Love to see it. As we head towards the gate.
All right, Sean, I'm just going to throw this up real quick, and then we'll get into the swing of things here. But look, I was watching the horses on the track. I'm a little concerned about the 12 being outside. It's dropping down a little bit. I still like that horse, but I'm going to try the 6 on top. The 6 looks really good.
It does, yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. So we're just going to see if we can get the chalk home. This is actually paying pretty well. The lowest exacta is the 612, and it pays $34 for $2. So $17.
Not bad at all. Yep.
So we'll take a $5 exacta at that price. And if we get the 3 home, it's paying $51 for 2. So
love it.
Let's see if we can get a 6.
Love it. Let's go, Bob Jackson. Love to hear it.
Yeah, but we got a lot to talk about tonight. We've been away for a while, so we've had pretty much the last of the Derby preps, and we are getting a better picture of the field. We've got a great Oakland handicap coming up this weekend to talk about. Lots of great racing coming up.
That's right. You got Kazushi.
I did get Kazushi. Bad. I wanted to jump the rail and chase the guy. Sean was holding me back.
Yeah, I was holding the back. That's exactly.
I was like, when I saw him on his next mount, I was like, Sean, I'm knocking him off that horse. Just like he knocked me out of the pick five.
Yeah, exactly.
Pick 6, excuse me.
With a swift kick to the head.
It was like a kick to the gut. We are loading up.
Loading up.
We will hear our friend Rob Toole with the call.
Yep. He got a 3-day suspension yesterday, I think. Yep.
Who did?
For knocking Tim out of his pick six, they suspended him
right.
3 days. Justice has been served.
He would have won a race earlier in the card and knocked him out, except he misjudged the finish line.
And I would have been in the winner's circle.
Riding
And I would have been in the winner's circle.
on Sean's
Oh.
horse.
Oh,
Sean was in the paddock for that one, would have got to go to the winner's circle, and he got Kazushi as well.
remember the name Belle, folks. She could be the next Moira.
We saw another monster for up north there too, Sean.
Yeah, Luster. Everybody remember the name Luster. That could be the King's Plate favorite.
We were all over that one, and Sean. We were actually standing. Sean was talking to Kevin and Hard, and we were looking at that horse, and he's like, "Oh yeah, when she won her race, she's a monster." And then she won that race, and what was she, 6-1, Sean? When we had
Josie Carroll. Yeah.
We had that one on top.
We're almost all in. We're just waiting for the 13. And we're starting at Evangeline.
Interesting. My 12 is now the 9-5 favorite, Sean.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
If that 12 comes in on top and I change my bet, I'm just gonna sign out for the rest of the night.
Pantoa likes the 6. Good luck. In the rough.
Running.
And it's the 6 going right to the lead while the rest of the field looks at him. It's the 9 going out trying to get him. The 1 is right there. Then we have the 7, the 10. Who's that on the outside there?
I think that's a 12 out there.
That's a 12 out there, okay? We got the 6, the quarter, and 22 and 1 still leads up there. We got the 9 trying to look there. We got the 1, the 7. We got the 12 right on the outside. They're coming down the stretch. The 6 still leads. Come on, 12, get up there. Down the stretch they come. The 6 is still in front. The 9, the 12, the 1, all battling down the stretch.
Come on, 12.
Here they come. Down the stretch they come.
Get up, 12.
The 6 is going to win, but can we get the 12 up?
Get up, 12.
The winners in the lounge.
That's the way we started, folks. That's the way we started off.
Exactly.
Big 6-12, $5 exacta.
Shout out to my buddy Dave Weaver. Ice cold. Exactly.
Bada boom, bada bing. That's the way we do it in the lounge. Only winners.
That's right. Only about a month away from Assiniboine and Tim's favorite rider, Ron
No,
Ollie.
Kazushi's number 1 right now. Ronald Ollie, I love that guy compared to Kazushi right
Is that only winners in the lounge?
Bada boom. We'll take that. We'll take that for $5.
Bada boom.
Start.
Great start. 6-12. Ice cold. Love it. Jenny Max says, where do I buy one of those tip sheets? Love it. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Mike. Great job, Tim. We are starting out, and I played it too. We are starting out well.
Yes, sir.
Tim and I, the first time we got there, we played a pick 5, and it came in for $533. Yep.
We hit a pick 5 our first day. We went together. The last 2 times Sean and I have gotten together at the track, it's like we get together and we played a pick 5 and we took down the Pennsylvania pick 5, and then we get together and we played a pick 5 at Keeneland on Thursday and we took down the early pick 5, and it was just like, let's go.
Let's go.
Had a pretty good weekend at Keeneland.
Yes. Love it. Starting off strong. Thank you, Bob.
6-12. How about that?
Baby, look at me. Look at me.
We got one!
Your money, and you know what else? You're a big winner tonight.
We specialize in making stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks.
You're a big winner. I'm gonna ask you a simple question. I want you to listen to me.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Who's the big winner here tonight at the casino? Huh? Mikey, that's who. Mikey's the big winner.
Mikey's a big winner.
Mikey likes it. Hey, Cat ate my form. Secret bets.
I totally agree with that statement, Ryan. It's like any weekend at Keeneland.
Hey, that's a huge win.
That
is a huge win. Exactly. Yeah, no, that was so much fun. Hopefully next time I come down, Tim will introduce me to some people out there. But oh, did you freeze?
Did I freeze?
Yeah, now you're back. There you go. I was saying, said hopefully next time when I come down, you can introduce me to some people there at Keeneland.
Sure. I would struggle to find somebody that Sean doesn't know. It's like we'll walk around the track and everybody's stopping and saying hello to Sean. There it is, Sean. Look at that bankroll. Started at 100. We're one race in and we have 177.
Love it. Yeah, and right here, you definitely, my friend, RIP to the great Frosted. One of the great.
Yeah, that was pretty sad.
Two great sires. Yep. He was a John Bell.
Is like the worst. That takes so many horses.
Yeah, he was a John Bell and the great sire, and he will be greatly missed.
Yeah, I was looking at when I was looking at the Keeneland card for today last night, taking a look. There was a Frosted on the card today, and it just kind of made me sad.
Yeah, one of the most impressive Met Mile performances we've ever seen. That was quite the performance, and also known as the horse who ran American Pharaoh into the ground in the Travers, losing to Keen Ice, but still a game effort. So, all right, look at that, my friend. Look at that.
Big start.
Great start.
That's how we do it.
This is when you turn the page for fun. We turn the page to race number 2. And race number 2, 6 furlongs, steep red, claiming 10,000. For 3-year-old fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. And that is Tim's. Bobby D, welcome back, buddy.
That's what we like.
You got 11, 2, 6, 3, 4. Welcome back, bud. Great to see you. And let me see if we have any scratches here.
The one.
The one.
Scratch the one.
Molly Way has been scratched. We got 17 minutes. So while we have a couple of minutes, Tim, it's been a very busy Triple Crown. We weren't on, but we have had some major races here. We've had people like Renegade put his name into it. We've had Further Ado dominate at the Bluegrass. We had another Riley Mott horse win the Wood Memorial. We had Santa Anita Derby remind me. Who won the Santa Anita Derby?
So Happy.
So Happy, that's right. So Happy, that's right. Won the exactly. So we've had a lot of interesting preps going on here, my friend. And even the Florida Derby was won by Commandment once again. So in a thrilling finish with both the Puma and Chief Wallaby right behind him. And all 3 will be running in the Derby. So.
And we didn't get to talk about the fact that opening weekend at Keeneland, I went and to the Bluegrass Stakes. Sean didn't come to the second weekend, but I got to go and see my boy Further Ado just annihilate the field.
Annihilate. So let us know out there, guys, who right now, obviously post position, so much information still to come, and see how they like Churchill, which is a different surface. Well, who right now is your Derby horse? We know basically the outlay of who the 20 horses are that are going to be in the gate, obviously always subject to change. But who is your Derby horse right now? Let us know. Only a couple weeks. Yep, I agree, Curtis Sinet. He does definitely love Keeneland.
He does love Keeneland. I mean, he romped in his maiden win there, and he came back. But, you know, Sean and I have been talking about, I always liked this horse. I was waiting for him to come back. He's got excuses for the Tampa. You you can make that the excuse for that race where he was in there. But then again, you can also say that his performance in that race was kind of flattered when the Puma came back and ran so well, you know, in the
Yes.
Derby. But a lot of people are talking about how, you know, the field that he beat wasn't that great. But, you know, Sean, he almost broke the stakes record for the Bluegrass Stakes. So
He did. Yeah. Yeah.
if,
Yeah.
if you're running against a field that's supposedly not that good, then romping by 11 lengths is probably the way you should do it. So you can't always
Yes.
look at the horses and discount that. He almost ran the fastest Bluegrass ever.
Right. Yep.
Second fastest Bluegrass ever is what he ran.
Uncle Sully says Derby horse, mud slop, or fast. Uncle Sully has to check with his ringer. Uncle Sully has now a ringer, and who is learning horses at a very fast clip. And we met Uncle Sully's ringer this weekend, so I would ask them, mud slop or fast, who will win the Derby. There's the formula. Hello, sir. One race in, 77
Check
bucks
out
a
the
head.
ticker.
Yep. We're doing good.
It's been a while, so we had to come back with a winner in the first.
Yep. Absolutely. We got 14 minutes till race. Okay. Very interesting. Let's see what we got going here. As the horses.
Any other big Derby horses? Who you guys like?
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear what people think about the field. At least
Yes.
what we know of the field so far, what we think it will be.
Yes. And do you like any of the Japanese horses that are coming over? Do you think they're is this the next Forever Young only to win this time? You let us know.
I like one of them.
Yep. Me too.
I'm not big on all of them, but I
No.
definitely like one of them.
Definitely like one of them.
Let me ask you this though, Sean. What do you think of Albus and the Wood Memorial win?
I thought that race was a bit weak, honestly. I think that you'd have to. Well, I will say this. In the horse's defense. He did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of, I thought he was the only horse running at the end. I think he's got to make up huge numbers to even be even close to this Derby field. But you never know. It's a Mott horse, right? and if anyone could do it, it's Riley. But I think that race was very weak compared to the rest of the horse has to step up big time. You know, I would say
totally agree.
I would say this: the wild card in this race, and I think you would agree, Tim. No, I'm not saying he's the favorite to win. Of the two Riley Mott horses, Incredible to me is kind of the wild card in this kind of. If you can make the excuse, will he get a mile and a quarter? I don't know. Riley says he absolutely will, and I'll go with Riley's word on that one. If you throw out his race at Gulfstream, which some horses clearly do not like, right? Exactly. And he did run at Colonial. He was charging at the end. You know what I'm saying? He could figure. I'm not picking him on top, but I'm just saying of the two Riley Mott horses, I think he's clearly the better chance of at least hitting the board. And, you never throw a Mott horse out. As we learned with Country House and Sovereignty and any horse named Mott, I'm giving it at least a look at.
So here's a question for everybody in the chat. Will Renegade, Pletcher, and Rapoli even make it to the starting gate, or do they get scratched?
Exactly. Sully's curious on how Dan and Yogurt will do if if we get a muddy, sloppy track. That'd be interesting. Tune into the works here, you know.
I really like that horse. I've gone back and watched all three of his races, and I love his action. I think he's got a heck of a kick, and I think he's going to be interesting.
Yep. Yeah. I think there's literally, Tim, I was looking at just kind of looking at the 20, and I would say, without a doubt, I would say, and this usually isn't the case to me, I'd say there's 8, 9 horses I think that have like a real legit chance. Maybe even go 10. I can even throw a 10th in there that I think have a legit chance. I don't think there's a standout, like in terms of like last year, you all know I was saying they're not beating Sovereignty. They're not beating Sovereignty. They're not beating Stop It. They're not beating Sovereignty. This year, there's no horse that I say, oh, this horse is definitely winning. You know what I'm saying? There's no lock. There's no. I think it's a wide open field, and with 13 closers in the race, we have no. The post position draws will be key, so I think it's just going to be a very intriguing Derby this year, no doubt.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure 10 for me, but I see 6 to 8 maybe that I think have a strong chance, and it could be more, obviously. But
yeah, Kat, just to let you know, a little stat here, my friend. I agree. If Renegade runs his race, there's no reason to think if he does run his A race, there's absolutely no reason to think he cannot win this race because he absolutely can. There's no question about it. The only thing I will say this, Kat, is that the only horse that's been born in January to win the Derby since 1967 is Grindstone. And the only horse in this field that is born in January is Renegade, which is kind of weird because you would think the older horses would have a better chance at being a little bit more mature and everything, but Grindstone is the only horse that's been born in January to win the Derby since 1967. So the January stat has not worked in their favor.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. What do you think about the blinkers on move for Chief Wallaby?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Usually I don't like a move. Tim, I've never been a fan of like trying different stuff before a big race, but I think for him and his thing, and I think that's a good move for him. Keep his head a little straight and see how that does. I think that's a good move, especially with Billy Mott, who has done so well with that move.
For me personally, going into a big race, I'd much rather see him coming off than going on. But
yeah, no, exactly, yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I agree, Ryan. And Kat hopes Renegade gets the 17 hole and really breaks history. Love, yeah. Hey, if you throw out Renegade, I'm saying completely, I think you've made a huge mistake. In terms of underneath or at least in your exactness, because he definitely, if he runs his A race, he will be right there, no doubt about it. And that would be it.
All the numbers guys who just strictly look at figures, and whether it be Briz figures or buyers that nobody likes or even rag sheets or whatever you're looking at, everything pointed against Sovereignty last year. He didn't have the 100 buyer, only the other two did, and it's just like his sheets number didn't come back as solid. Everybody thought that journalism was the better bet. And it's just like, you can't just look at the numbers. That's one part of it.
Right.
But obviously, I think Renegade looks tough. So we'll see how everything goes. But
yes,
this is a good race. I like it a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, numbers also get impacted by 20 horses in a month field and all the traffic.
Right. Sovereignty was easy money. I agree, Jenny.
Doggy, the answer is none of the above.
Oh yeah, no. He's got a certain allegiance, my friend. He's got the white Barrio train. Exactly.
Look, you guys know I love it. I love the horse. I've got the hat. I follow the horse from his 3-year-old year. Absolutely love White Barrio. But here's the thing: You got to go back to that Pegasus and look that this horse had, scratched out of the race last year in the Breeders' Cup, didn't get the comeback race that he wanted. And then this was his first race off of a very long layoff, and he was not in form, and he almost wired that field.
Yeah.
Now he's got some form to fall back on, and he comes into this field. Look, Sovereignty is a hell of a horse. I love Sovereignty. Yeah, not this time, Jenny. He didn't make the field. But I love Sovereignty, but this is a huge ask off a very long layoff, and this is not their goal to win the Oakland Handicap. They might win the Oakland Handicap, but I'm sure they've got a campaign mapped out for him, and they know where they want this horse to run. And this is his first race back, and I doubt that they're wanting to take everything out of the horse in his first race off the show.
Yep. So we're now on the track with 4 minutes to go here in the second race, Tim.
Yes.
Who was your top 3, my friend?
So I'll do it quickly since we're so close. I had the 6 on top. I like this horse coming off the layoff when you look at this, and this is another never won 2 races.
Hold on, Tim. I think your mic's a little bit low.
All right. How about now?
There you go. Much better.
All right. So, here with the 6 horse, it's like coming off a long layoff. And I was looking at the numbers here in this one. I think when you look at the non-winners of 2 Life, I like the win. Going 5 furlongs was the win on this one, but I think this horse can handle every bit of 6 furlongs, has not run that distance, has a couple of 7s, didn't want the 7s. But I think that this one on the drop down in class kind of fits here. And I like the 6 quite a bit. Has come up a little bit off the 5-2 morning line. So my second pick in here towards the outside was the 8 horse. This one was claimed last time out, moves to a new barn, doesn't have a huge claim ratio, but only has 1 showing on the book. But the numbers on this one, Sean, this horse is getting better every time out. So jumping up about 10 speed figures every time out. If he jumps even half of that here, he's in contention. So, or she. I like that one a lot. Then I've got a little bit of a price as my third pick. I am going to the number 5 Lassie B. Okay. This is a horse that's had a couple of really good works, but the thing I really love about her, Sean, is she loves Evangeline. When we're talking about finishing in the money, she's been in the money 4 out of 6 races at Evangeline. The distance isn't her best, but I'm not looking for her to win. I'm just looking at this price, especially for her to get a piece underneath. And her record says that she likes the track. We know horse for the course is real. Just ask further ado.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
685.
685. Okay. Curtis has got 6 with a 2, 3, 4, 9, 11. Okay. Tim and I usually think on the same way, and most of our horses are the same, except you don't have my top pick. And I, in this race, am going with the 3 Alyssa Parker for Tommy Pompel and Anthony Ray. I like this horse, and I think it's 7-1, 15-1 morning line now, 7-1. I like the fact that this horse is 4 out of 6 in the money at Evangeline. Look at his early career. He was going early, fade. Now all of a sudden, the trainer Ricky Corville taught this horse to actually run from behind. So it's actually learned to kind of stay off the pace instead of trying to burn out and fade. And I like the fact that he's going from a 5,000. I love when a trainer claims a horse for 5,000, comes in third as the 2 at 2-1 odds, and now brings them up to 10,000. I think that's a sign that the trainer sees the improvement possibility in this horse. And at 7-1, I think this horse is a tremendous value. So, Tim, hit the button. I am ready.
They are headed to the gate. Let's go.
Okay.
No, It's
Yeah.
it's gone,
Yeah.
Sean. It's
Yeah, no worries.
been a while since we've been in here, and it's not.
I had no worries. So I am. My pick is I'm going 4 across on the 3. That is my official bet here. Elise Parker at 7-1. I think we have some value potential here. And I think this horse can definitely hit the board. For sure, if not win outright. James White's got 3, 6, 11, 12. Good luck. Curtis got 3, 6 with 2, 3, 4, 9, 11. See what else we got here. Brian Galvin must be excited. Our Red Sox actually won a race. Won a game yesterday. Mike's got 6 with the 2, 3, 4, 9, 12. Uncle Sully's got exacta. Key box 6 with the 3, 7, 8. Jose's got the 1. Kiangano. Good luck, Jose. Thanks for joining us. Jenny Max got race 2 exacta box 10, 9, 10, 11, 12. Win a place in the 9 and 11. Good luck, my friend. A lot of different opinions here.
For sure.
That's what makes Evangeline fun.
Gatekeeper's following you. Gonna go win play show on the 3.
Love it, Gate. Let's go, bud. Let's get this home. That would be enjoyable. Looks like a beautiful night down there. 82 degrees. Ooh, humid night
Exactly.
down the bayou.
They scratched out Alvarado Cat out of the
I
race.
know. What is up with that?
Yeah. Sean will bet that one on the name only.
Exactly.
Alvarado Cat.
If that was running, I would have worn my Junior Alvarado hat. Exactly.
Yeah, Sean had to go and tell Junior that he has his Junior Alvarado hat, and Junior's like, I don't even have mine yet.
Exactly.
Sean gets it first. Sean gets everything first.
Yeah. Shout out to Kelly. Thanks for getting me in trouble. And they're all entering the gate right now. Get the 8 going in. Got the 4 going in.
Sean wore his antiquarian hat, and the lady at the airport asked him if he collected antiques.
Yep. She was disappointed when I said, no, ma'am, that's a racehorse. She was genuinely excited, too.
She was an older lady, and when she asked Sean about antiques, Sean told her, he said, no, ma'am, I like younger women.
Exactly. Amen.
Good luck to you, Paul. Glad you got that win with us.
Yeah, great job, Paul. Got the 12 going in here. They're at the post. And they're off. And the 5 gets left at the gate. We got the 7. We got the 3. We got the 9. We got the 12 on the outside. Barreling for the lead here. So we got the 12, the 10, the 3, the 11, the 9. Everybody up in the front right now. The 2, the 4, the 7, the 6, the 5, all behind. But we got 21 and 4 clip going on right now. We got the 12 right on top, the 10, the 9, the 3 kind of sitting on the back of them. Then we got the 10, the 4, a whole bunch of things now. With the 12 well in control right now with that 21. Let's see what the split is for the final part of this thing here. You got 45 and 2.
They're flying.
Down the stretch they come. See if we can get this 3 to maybe do something up the rail here for get up for a piece. But the 12 right now is running powerfully, but the 3 trying to chase him down. The 4 from the outside coming down the stretch. The 5, the 3 is out of gas, had nothing. I don't know why he was so close up. But the 12, 5 trying
to get him, gonna get him. Got
him. 5, 12. What do we got
there?
there?
I tell you my long shot pick.
Yeah, the 5.
Loves Evangeline.
Loves Evangeline came flying down the stretch.
Lassie B.
Lassie B. Wow, out of the clouds. The 5 got the trip that I thought the 3 would get, but the 3 was up with all the leaders. So I don't know what made Pompel bring that horse towards the lead, but had nothing in the stretch. But 12. But look at this 5. Look at the way this horse closed.
And remember how slowly he broke and was way back.
Yes.
He's coming from last to
first. Yeah. Wow.
Really close.
That was impressive. That was impressive.
Watch this break right here. Watch the 5.
No darts tonight.
What's the 5? He just sat in the gate.
Yes.
Like, that's all right. I'll give you guys a head start.
Yep, exactly. Yes, I'll be making a cameo on the Antiques Roadshow. I have this typewriter from 1826.
Check that out right there. Kyle's going to get a big one.
Great job, Kyle.
Either way, because he's got the key box. So
yeah, great job, Kyle.
And with that 5 paying big money, even if it's the 12-5, it's $109 for 2. But if you get the 5-12, it's $212.
Wow.
Very nice. And
well done, Kyle.
I think the 5 got it.
Well done, my friend. Wow, that's impressive.
Kyle, did you like that 5 as well differently? Yep, there it is, 5-12.
5-12.
Did you like the 5 before I said anything? And the only reason I asked is because I'm wondering if anybody else saw what I saw.
Yeah, loves Evangeline. Well, that was kind of my thought on the 3. It was at least 4 out of 6 in the money at Evangeline, and what a great pick, Tim.
Yes, good job, Kyle. That's going to be a nice payday. Hope you had a ton on it.
Yes,
5-12, paying $212.40 for 2.
Well done, sir.
Awesome. And I'm not trying to take credit for it, Kyle. I was just curious because I'm looking at this horse and it was like, man, I think this horse has got a legitimate shot here, getting better. When was that Evangeline was in maiden special weights when most of these graduated at a much lower level. So
right.
I just, who won at Evangeline? That would be the 5, the number 5 at a price. Lassie B, 14-1. The number 12, the favorite, 3-1 favorite, came in second. 5-12.
Yeah, great call on the 5.
Lassie B,
huge.
Ronnie World. That horse.
By the way, we even had
on the stretch.
Mm-hmm. We even had a win this weekend at Keeneland by our man. Remember me, Fernando de la Cruz.
106.20 for $1.
106.20. Well done, sir.
6-1.
Woo!
Boom.
Great pick, Kyle.
That is a definite boom. Way to go, Kyle.
And what's everybody drinking tonight on the cocktail lounge? I have my sparkling ice fruit punch here. Tim, what are you drinking tonight, my friend?
Right now, I have a Sprite Zero in here, Sean.
Oh, I love it. There you go. Great hit, Kyle.
Very nice.
Very, very good. Very, very good.
Yeah, that's so far pretty good. I mean, big winner in the first, had some thoughts on the winner in the second, and on we go.
Yep. Jenny Max drinking Old Fitzgerald's 7-year. Like it.
Nice.
Passion fruit pop for Bob Jackson. Excellent, Jenny. What do you think the odds will be on White Abaria post time, Tim?
I love that sovereignty and journalism are both lower in the odds on the morning line. I honestly don't see that happening. If it happens, I'm going to back up the Brinks.
Yeah. I'm with Jenny. I say 7-2, 4-1.
Yeah, I definitely think he's coming down. Sovereignty is probably still going to be the price. Those three horses are all going to take money, but I just don't see journalism taking more money. And if the other two do go off as the favorites, then I think we get higher than 4-1. I think we get 5-6-1, probably 6. If the other two are down around 5-2, 3-1.
I will also say this, right? And Tim knows this. This is not an excuse. This is I think this is reality, right? I think White Barrio. If you're a White Barrio fan, you can be happy because even we actually even saw his handler at Keeneland, and she said to me, she said, if he shows up, we win. If he doesn't, we don't. So even they don't quite sometimes know what to do. But in this race, I think White Barrio really is in a position where he can win. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that. For sovereignty, right? He doesn't have to win this race.
Right.
You got to start somewhere.
And that's my thought on why I don't like him. Not that I don't think he's better.
No.
I agree with you.
It's not an excuse. I think it's
Let's say hello to our friend Jessica before she has to leave because she said she just wanted to
Hello,
talk.
Jessica. How are you, my friend?
Miss you, Jessica. You got to stop by a little more often. But Derby, where are you leaning, John?
Oof. I've been with Chief Wallaby since day one. I think he hasn't shown the best. I still think that the best prep race was the Florida Derby, and I'm kind of making myself around that race. I think the Puma could be deja vu all over again. I think Commandment hasn't been given much respect. All the horse does is win, and Chief Wallaby. I think those three will all be heard from. So I'm going to kind of make my tickets on that Florida Derby. I think all three will be, but wide open race.
Yeah, and I will say this: I'm not leaning anywhere right now. I do not have a favorite, and I think it's a wide open race. There are 6 to 8 horses on top at least, if not more. But I want to see the post positions. I think that's going to be really important this year for my handicapping because I don't have a horse that I just think can be anywhere. So then based on the post positions, I want to kind of map out in my head where I think the pace comes from and what the pace scenario is and who has to go where. And then I'll come up with how I'm going to bet it. But, I do like Further Ado. I know everybody is going to, say that that horse just loves Keeneland, which he does, but he's got to win in a great race at Churchill as well. He's coming off a really good speed figure. And the thing is, nothing says that he can't come back on that. Everybody just wants to assume that you're going to bounce off of that figure, but he could come right back and double that figure up. And I think if he does, he wins this race.
Yeah. And also don't forget, he has a certain rider, the GOAT in Johnny V. You can never throw him out in a big dirt race. That is for sure.
100%.
100%. Never throw out the GOAT.
Yeah, you got to see it all, especially in a race like this one, to where you just don't have a horse towering over the field. I think you got to watch everything.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
And I can't wait because Churchill Downs opening night, post position draw. I'll be there.
Yes, he will be.
Anybody else going?
Big night when the big changeover. Keeneland bids adieu, and the great. Churchill Downs takes over, and he'll be right there to show how it's done. Tim was there last year. Fake security almost threw him out.
That was so funny. Groundhog's not in here, but he came up in the background of my video. That was so funny. Hey, Jenny, I do not like Wonder Dean, but I will tell you this. I love the other Japanese horse, Dan and Bourbon.
Yep.
I think Dan and Bourbon is the real deal. Go back and watch it. Watch all 3 of them, but watch that last race where he was at He's like gone gate to wire, been out front. In the last race, he rated, he was off the speed. When he was asked, watch his turn of foot change.
Yeah.
And he just he's got a reach, and I just love the way he moves.
Yeah. No,
I love the way he moves. I think Dan and Bourbon is much better than Wonder Dean.
I agree.
And I think anybody on 6-speed should just send me their money.
Care of Tim.
Yes, totally agree, Jessica. I think, that, got that street sense line.
Yeah.
He looks really good. I love him.
Yeah. No doubt.
Everybody wants to jump on the Japanese, horse and wait for them to win. And I don't do it because it's a Japanese horse. They're going to win it eventually. And then there are those who hate the Japanese horse and will never bet it no matter what the horse looks like. But go back and watch this horse and tell me you don't like him. And like Jessica just said here, take a look at the pedigree on this horse. I mean, he's a monster.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Monster pedigree, I mean.
Monster pedigree. Yep. No, I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
Dan and Bourbon. And Sean, we're getting close again.
Yes.
Let's talk about this one a little bit. We've been letting it go, and we're under 10 here.
Yes, race 3. Let me read the conditions here for us. Yes, race 3 coming up here. Let me read the conditions, my good man. 5 furlongs, and stakes 5,000, non-winners of 3 lifetime, purse 15,000 for accredited Louisiana bred fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. Tim, who is your pick here, my friend?
This is my race.
Yo, that's my bet. That's right. So I will go. I'm sorry. Exactly.
No.
Yep. No worries, my friend. Yep.
All right. I was just like Sean trying to trick me.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a while. Exactly. There you go. Okay. So, yes. All right. So, in this race, my first pick was the 3 Golden Bar Cents. Juan Cano, who's off to a flying start, 4 for 14, 29%. And, when he gets his quote barn going, you definitely have to watch out for him. And Dominguez is off to the hot start. Like the fact this horse, the 2 races at Evangeline, he's won for 1 second out of 4, but both were in the slop. 10,000 on winners of 2, 15,000. And didn't, as Tim says, if you're going to run better, show me something at least. And he came in 5th and 4th, wasn't that bad. Did weaken, but but showed me a couple of stuff there. Even a maiden special weight back in 24 came in 2nd on a fast track. So I clearly think this horse is the horse to beat at 3-1. I thought I could get a price for my second pick there, and that was the 1 Tarkenton Sunrise at 8-1, but he's been down to 7-2. A win and a 3rd and 4 starts at Evangeline Downs, and always been in right around it. Started out versus Bettor, but came down to this $5,000 level, and he got a 3rd and a 1st. And he gets Timmy Thornton on, which I think is obviously a big plus. The legend down there in Louisiana. So I think this horse could be right there behind him. And my 3rd pick was the number 6 Argalela. I never liked these drops that much down, but obviously if this horse runs the race that they're capable of, I watched the last race. I mean, it was just like not even like running. So when they drop the horse this bad, just red flags go up. Like, why is this horse in this level now? Couldn't you try like something a little higher? And then, so either Eduardo Ramirez really wants a win, and Susan Love, the owner, really wants a win, or but I'm usually red flags going up on this horse. But that was my 3rd pick. So I am 3, 1, and 6.
All right. Well, I have all three of those horses, Sean, but not necessarily in that order because my top pick, and this is why I love this game. Sean and I
Yeah.
normally see things eye to eye, but I'm all over the 6.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Okay, because let me tell you what I saw in the last race when I watched it.
Yep.
A horse coming off of almost 2-year layoff that needed a race.
Yep.
I mean, this horse hadn't ran since July of 24. And if you go back and watch the horse that this horse was before going on the shelf, I mean, she was a good one. And, you know, she can run on dirt. She can run on turf. She's won on both. And then now she comes back. She goes to Delta in an allowance race. And yeah, she just needed a race. So let's give her that. But this field is not that allowance field. And even though you've got a couple others in here dropping down from allowance class that have raced allowance class previously, you look at a horse like which one was it here? The 5 horse Lexi's Fury. That, you know, that horse was stepping up and just did that one time. But this horse, I think, is much better. I love our gal Layla. I think it's a single type. And I think that Tool just showed his pick. Rob showed his pick 4, pick 5 ticket on the screen, and he had the 6 singled in here. And I totally agree with that. I think the 6 is just much the best. Needed a race, has some good works, it looks to be back. So if she's back to what she ran, then I think she wins this race for fun. My second pick in here is the number 1 Tarkington Sunrise.
Yep.
So Sean already talked about that one, coming off a little bit of a layoff, but you look at the last 3 races for this horse, all at the distance at Delta Downs, but this horse just runs the same race every time, 53, 53, 55. Yep. And she's just always right there towards the front. I just don't know that she wins, but I like her underneath for a piece. She's been in the money, 6 out of 10 lifetime starts, 2 out of 4 here at Evangeline, 5 out of 7 at the distance. So just one of those that's going to be cashing checks, and I think she cashes one here. I am going to give you a bit of price with my third pick. I had your 3 fourth, but I like the number 7 Tarkington Girl. Okay. So this is a horse that is at the level. You know, been at this level. But the thing about this horse at this level is look at the races. Let's even talk the last 4. Let's look at speed figures. 30, 38, 46, 50. Just getting better with the speed figures, getting better with the numbers, getting better with the position. Last 3 races, finished 4th, finished 3rd, finished 2nd, 3/4 of a length. It's time for this horse to break through. But I still think it's an underneath play against this field, but she's one that based on her performance and her numbers getting better, even if the numbers stay at that level, she's right there with everybody else in the race. If the numbers come up, she's definitely maybe even ahead of most of these. So don't count the 7 off of your tickets if you're playing vertical exotics here. 10 to 1, you're getting 10 to 1 on her, and I think she's a factor.
Yep. No doubt.
So I like her underneath. And like I say, Golden Bar Sense that you talked about is my 4th pick. So I was 6-1, who's now your 5-2 favorite, and then 7-3.
Love it.
Getting 10 to 1 on the 7. They're coming on the track. I'm taking a look here. The one's out. There's the 2. Gormley's Queen. Jose Riquelme.
Yeah, Jenny Match just watched the Fakuro Stakes, and he's massive for a 3-year-old. Yeah, that stride is just
he's impressive. That's why I say he's a physical specimen, and he's got the pedigree to back it up. And it's just like, I want to see him on the track and what kind of works. And look, works are not going to win the race, but it's going to tell me whether or not this horse likes the track and the figures, how they are with everybody else. The Japanese train a little differently. We all know that, but I want to see how well he seems to take to Churchill and take after making the trip. But man, he's a good looking horse.
Yep. You're frozen again. There you go. Now you're not frozen. Yeah, Curtis has got 6 with the 1, 3, 4, 9, 11. Bobby D's got 1, 3 with 6, 5. Good luck, my friend. Yeah, he is huge. Yep. Aguilera sitting right there at 7-2. Very excellent play there. On the track. I thought your 6 are good.
Yes, I do too. Putting my wager together here. I think
Nice bounce under step there. Love to see that.
Yes, the horse I wanted to see as much as any was the 7. I wanted to take a look at that one, but
7 looks good. He's on the screen right now.
exactly.
Some sharp animals here. Gatekeeper's got $5 on the 6 for the win. Love it. Kyle Graves got exacted key box 6 with the 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. Good luck, Kyle.
All right, Sean, let's just do this.
Love it.
Here we go. Here's my pick. I'm going to play a $2 try key. We're going to key this 6. I think the 6 is single worthy. So we're going to key this 6 on top, and we're going to play the 1, 3 and the 7 underneath. 6 with the 1, 3, 7 cost you $12 for 2.
Yep. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
What's everybody like?
I will play that as well. Mike agrees that this looks like 6, 1, 3 all the way.
Kyle's got the 6 with the whole bunch of folks. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9.
Yep. James White's got a cross in 3.
Go 5 to win on the 6, because if we get 7-2, back up the brakes.
Money.
401k. Break open the kids' piggy bank. Do it all. Bobby D is going to play Exactabox 1365.
Love
Jenny
it.
Mac. All right. Jenny's picks in. Everybody go bet this. 6-9. She's betting the shoddy, the Exactabox 6-9 with win place on the 6 and the 9.
Love it. There you go. Bob's got 1, 6, 7. Yep. There you go. Look at this. Yep. You're playing with house money. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Absolutely, Joseph Myers. Zero minutes to post.
Still 7-2 on the 6. The 7-2 on the 3 as well. And the 1 is currently your favorite at 5-2. I like the 1, but interesting on the jockey change here. I think Timmy's out for the night, Sean, because he's not he would look to be taking off all his horses. So we got CJ McMahon riding here.
Oh, CJ. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There you go. And CJ's ridden this horse well and won a nice third there. So has ridden the horse before. Horse is starting to get closer to the gate.
We are at the gate and loading up.
Loading up.
Sean, what's the next track you're going to? Woodbine?
That would be the Belmont Stakes, Saratoga, in June 4th and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That will be up there for the Belmont Stakes weekend. Seeing the culmination of this Triple Crown. And Tim Churchill Downs next. No, Keeneland, or will you make it back to Keeneland one more time?
Yes, I'll definitely be back to Keeneland.
Okay, gotcha. Not a bad track to return to.
No, not at all. And then I'm going to Churchill opening night and
Good.
part of Derby week for sure.
Possible maybe stop up at Horseshoe if this year maybe if
Yeah, I'm thinking about probably going
Yeah.
up for the Indiana Derby.
yeah because I know it's not that far from me.
Indiana Derby Day. Looks like got one left out, Sean. The 9.
Excellent, Mike.
I can't get the 4 in. The 9's still out there, but the 4's taking in the sights. There she goes. Just a 9 left.
Look, Paul.
9 goes in. Oh, gate just popped open for one of the horses. The horse did not break through, but I saw the gate pop open.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to go here.
Good handling. Good handle.
Yes. Good job inside the gate. They're off. And from down on the inside, that looks like the 3 going out. I believe that's the 6 just outside that one. The 1 down on the rail is coming up inside now, moving into first. The 2 is back on the rail in fourth. It's another length back to the 9. The 8 is a length behind that one. Another length and a half to the 5. The 7 back behind that one. The 4 trails the field up front. There goes Golden Bar Sands putting a nose in front. Tarkington Sunrise, say that 3 times fast, is down on the rail now, dropping back into second. Coming up on the outside, here comes the 6 moving into third as we hit the top of the stretch. The quarter was in 22-2. Golden Bar Sense on the outside, down on the inside, it's the 1. The 6 has a lot of work to do from further back. It's the 2 making up ground, if anybody, but there goes Golden Bar Sense, stretching out the lead. The 1 is trying to fight back down on the inside on the rail. Nobody making up ground on the top 2. Got a late run from our 7 on the outside, but it's going to be 3-1-4.
4-6.
3-1-4.
Golden Barsons, the Juan Kiddo barn continue its run.
Sean, Mike said he's going to be there Friday and Saturday.
Exciting. Look forward to seeing you, my man. Juan Kiddo. That should have been my race.
For sure. I'm trying to look at this 6 like what happened.
Yeah.
He's not the same animal.
No. Usually when the
I mean, she picks it up a little bit here at the end and just starts to run, but it's like, what were you waiting on? I think she did kind of get engaged a little bit there at the end, but
at the end, yeah. That could be a playback. You know what I'm saying? The thing that worried me a little bit about her too is 9-2 versus this group. You know, I thought she'd be a little low. You know, but the 3 left a no doubter right there for people.
that was not good.
No, Tim's no longer frozen. Elza let him go.
I don't know what's up with the freezing up here. What is up? Sean, while we wait for this one to go official, I'll be right back.
No problem, your friends. Yeah. That was an exciting race there. 3 made interesting. Nobody has mentioned Batente yet. You know what, Ryan? Man, I know he cost $2.7 million. I know he's Baffert. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a Baffert basher. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if he's got the horse, I'll be the first one to tip my hat and say, you know, well done. I just don't think that horse. I didn't like that group at Santa Anita. They may prove me wrong, and it wouldn't be the first time. I just didn't like that whole group. Honestly, I thought the $3.2 million, the horse that lost to the $2.7 million horse wasn't great. I thought that whole group, I don't think So Happy is like a standout. I just, the whole group, I mean, one of those could surprise me and shame on me. But I just think that Santa Anita group was weak. And I could be wrong, but, but wouldn't be the first time. But, just to me, that group did not seem like the strong type. So could be wrong. Would not be the first time, but I'm just throwing I'm throwing the whole West Coast out. Honestly, I'm not that. Did the 7 get third? Let's see. Let's see that. Let's see. Go back here. Let's see. No, it's 3-1-4-6. 3-1-4-6. Do you think race ownership has changed the last couple of years? Middle East still dominating in part from O'Brien and his buddies. Do I think it's changed? Well, obviously, Godolphin's still doing damn well. And obviously the Winchills have done very well. Do I think ownership has changed? Not really to that point. 3 went off, I think 5-2, James. Let me check here. Paid $7.60. So, so he went off at 5-2. Steele, what did I say? Those are my top 2 picks, 3-1. But no, I wouldn't count him out, Ryan. I mean, obviously, if he runs his race, then I would do, Ryan, to pay close attention to how he works on the Churchill track, because Santa Anita I'm going to pay close attention to see how he's working on that Churchill track. Very interesting that Baffert has moved half of his barn to Oaklawn. What did people think of that? That was an interesting move. What does that say about California racing? That Baffert has moved half of his barn to Oaklawn. That is a huge point of discussion there. Does not speak well for the sanity of the racing out at for sure. Jenny is still banning. She has been consistent from day one. She is banning California racing. Say goodbye, California racing. Jenny won't even let them have the door hit them on the way out. Runners horses for the big owners like Godolphin. Yeah, and obviously, like Godolphin's 2 main trainers here are well, there's a couple of them actually. It depends on yeah. I hear you, Jenny. So interesting that their museum, the Baffert spoke at. He himself is a California racer. I did. Okay, so California racing won't survive, but New York racing will. Ryan, no, they will survive, because Belmont, they wouldn't have built Belmont the way it is if they didn't think that racing was going to survive. The current governor loves horse racing, so that's huge for them. The Saratoga is still Saratoga. It's the people forget that the capital of New York is not New York City, it's Albany. And one of the biggest thing is right up in the top, right next to it is Saratoga. One's exit 4, the other one's exit 14. I mean, they're that close. And Saratoga is so big into racing. New York will be fine. We may eventually go to 3 major circuits, and it'll probably be Kentucky, New York, and maybe Oaklawn if they find a way to, because they're doing so good, and maybe that would be the 3rd circuit, and everything else may go. I mean, Florida, we all know Florida's having trouble unless something happens there. But eventually we may just be down to like 3 circuits, but in time. But New York is going to survive. California is in major trouble. even Los Alamitos, once that closes, we'll go to like a church thing or something. So, okay, one for Sean. Are Celtics or Bruins winning a title in 2026? The Bruins are too young. But they've done fantastic to make the playoffs. They're not winning the Stanley Cup, but they'll be fine. I think they can upset Buffalo. So if you're betting there. But the Celtics, I think the Celtics have a legitimate chance. If they stay healthy and they're deeper than the West Conference is really good, but if anyone can win from the East, it's definitely the Celtics.
Hockey?
Yeah.
You talking hockey?
And we're talking basketball.
Basketball?
Who
were you saying? I didn't even hear.
The Celtics. I said the Celtics have a legitimate.
Oh, my boy, Amari Williams.
Yep. They had. Yep. The Sabres. The one thing, just quickly, I would say this for Paul. The Sabres haven't made the playoffs in 15 years, so they're wicked talented, but no playoff experience, and it's a whole different world in the playoffs than it is the regular season. So that would be interesting, but. The Bruins, I think, have done amazing. They're on the right path. So, but now we'll get back to the but yeah. So, there you go. Yeah. So there we go. So I was saying, Tim, that I think obviously California racing's in big trouble, especially with Baffert moving half of his group to Oakland, but Naira's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I would tell you that it's kind of interesting. I saw the comment about Potente, not mentioning Potente before we left, and it's like, right, you look at that horse and the Santa Anita, that was not a great race, and the horse couldn't win there. And it's like, this is Baffert's only entry. And
right.
I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed. I'm ignoring you, Jenny.
Love it. And then let me see. Now that's an interesting, Tim. We haven't had one in 3 weeks. Jenny, I will ask the question. Will there be a Tim rant tonight?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
There you go, Jenny. Get that popcorn sitting on the side. Don't pop it up yet, but just have it ready just for the just in case that we. Hey, Frank, how are you, buddy? Yeah. So, okay. So let me just quickly say this because I've heard some people saying that Woodbine should be embarrassed. Okay. They have 45 horses the first day. It was 7 races. Okay. But here's the thing. Frank knows this. They've had terrible weather. There's some horses that have only had like 1 or 2 workouts because the weather has been so damn bad up there. They didn't even get up over 40 until like a week ago. I mean, they've had terrible weather. So all the horses up there are behind, and so for them to only have 45 horses right now is really because a lot of the horses, and I talk to a lot of the trainers on a daily basis, their horses are behind because the weather's been so bad. Right. So all the people that are just looking and say, oh, this is embarrassment, they're behind. Exactly, because the weather has not helped them at all. So I wouldn't, they'll get bigger, I'm just saying, but the weather has not helped them at all. So that is
we love Woodbine. Woodbine does a great job, and I will tell you what, they put together better races than just about any track in the country. So
yeah,
you in this country, even though they're not in it, but it has to happen sometimes. You guys realize they're in Canada, right? The weather's a little chillier there.
Yeah, exactly. They're not in southern Florida or
Yeah, exactly. Well said, Frank. Educate yourselves.
Yeah. Amen. All right, Tim. So we got 10 minutes to race 4. Let me read the conditions here for you.
All courses.
One sec. Yeah, there we go. All right, race 4, 6 furlongs, stake red, claiming 10,000 for accredited Louisiana-bred 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and upwards, which have never won 2 races. So here we go, Tim. What happened to April flowers bring May flowers? It's Canada, California. There you go. Magic 8 Ball says it's certain. There you go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, Tim, who did you like here, my good man, in this race 4 coming up?
I don't like any of them.
Doesn't like anybody.
None of them.
No.
Look. So once again, 9 winners of 2. So I'm going to go down and everybody's got 1 win. I like looking at, where they won, what distance they won, what surface they won, kind of rating those, looking at the class level of the race. And you've got a few in here. The one to me probably had the classiest win.
Yeah.
Won in a maiden special weight at 5.5 furlongs, coming from just off the pace, looking every bit in that race. If you go back and watch it, like this one wanted more distance. So the 6 furlongs shouldn't be a problem. The win was last year. Now the 6 furlongs is all this horse has done 4 times this year. So, but we started out in an allowance race and that wasn't the class. They dropped down to 12.5 and they stayed there. And this horse had 3 straight thirds. So we're going to come down a little bit further. We're going to come down to the 10 level, and maybe the 1 has finally found his friends here. But I kind of like this one a little bit. But I think the 4 is your winner.
All right, got it.
So this is another one. This was a Timmy Thornton ridden horse, has ridden this one 5 out of the 6 races the horse has run. But again, he's not here tonight, it appears, and he's not riding. And CJ McMahon picks up the mount. I think that this horse, if you go back and look, this horse won on a DQ. So this horse still hasn't crossed the line in front.
Yeah.
But came out of the maiden ranks and then, went to a 20,000 non-winners of 2 and actually gave a very good account of himself in that race. So it was really competitive. And that was the first race off a layoff, closed up a little bit, even though it didn't gain position of horses, gained track position, was closing up on the horses in front, needed the race for sure, should improve. And the 4 is going to be my top pick here. The 1 was my second pick, who I think will be your favorite, but I'm going to try to beat that one. And then if I'm looking for a little bit of a price, and I always am.
Yes.
I like the 3. I like Parole Drama. And here's the thing about this horse. So if you look, this horse has, changed barns a few times, has moved around. Now, back to the Pommier where it's like, how many times can this horse be in this barn and then go to other barns and come back to this barn? Looks like every time they move tracks, they switch up the trainer, being based locally. So, but here's what I like about the horse most. Coming off the fairgrounds, that was a decent race. It just kind of looked even to me, like they were trying to point to something, and maybe this was it. But look at those last 2 works, Sean. Yeah. The 3rd of April, Bullet 3 furlong. Comes back on the 9th of April, Bullet 4 furlong, 47-1, super sharp. Okay, so this is a horse who has shown early speed, and there is some early speed in this race, but this horse has shown the ability to rate as well, and I think could show some speed here and possibly just fade, but hold on enough to get a piece here at what right now is 6-1. So I like that one quite a bit underneath. 4-1-3 for me.
Love it. Okay. Now this is interesting. Like this is funny. Okay, have you ever seen this before? That the horse was previously trained by J.C. Pommier. Then it was previously trained by Kyle DeVille, but it never ran under Kyle DeVille. And now
Exactly.
it's changed. I've never seen that when a horse hasn't run, but it's now. I think that's funny. I've never seen that before. Or the changed trainer 3 times.
Well, got the one race at Fairgrounds, I think, was under DeVille.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Oh, yeah, I got you.
And then 2 were Pommier, and then before that,
okay, yeah.
that was under DeVille at the Fairgrounds, and then before that was Pommier, and now back in Louisiana and Pommier. So it's just, it seems like every time that the horse is in Louisiana, or should I say it's always Louisiana, but at Delta, it's Pommier, or now Evangeline. But every time they go to Fairgrounds, it's DeVille.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, Formula, that was the first race.
That was the first race. We got to get it back up.
We just started right off the bat in the first race with a good win. Say a prayer for Tiger. No, I said a prayer for everybody else driving on the roads he's on.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I look at it. All right, 3 minutes to post, Tim. I have my bet, and I'm very similar to you, my friend. Very similar, but I will make my bet. The only horse that I am different from you, and I do agree that 3 has a chance here. I am doing a $2 exacta box. 1, 4, 11. I'm going to throw in the My Special Star Guitar, Samuel Bro, Elio Barrera, the trainer. I thought this horse was interesting in the fact that it's run some against just much better. It's only run twice at Evangeline on the, but one was a sloppy one, still came in 3rd, and came in fast. Was getting competitive versus maiden special weight. It's dropping down 12-1, getting some plate 8-1. I think this horse could definitely be a player here. So I am $2 at the box. 1, 4, 11.
There we go.
Turn off the hot and ready. Get okay. There we go. So is the lounge hosting a Derby Day party? Stay tuned.
To be determined, but possible.
Possible, yes. To be determined. Frank was giving me crap the other day, rightfully so. So, Tim, get this, right? The Toronto Maple Leafs lost 20 of their last 25 games to get into the top 5 for the draft, right? Including shooting into their own goal. And now they have the 5th most chance, but the Bruins had last year, they got 7th. Wouldn't it be ironic if 2 years in a row the 5th team gets 6 or 7, which means the pick comes to the Bruins. So that would be, which teach them a lesson. If you tank, it doesn't go well. Exactly. So. All right. So 1 minute.
1 minute left. We're circling.
Being adopted Canadian. Let's go. I love it. Great response, Frank. Okay, that's it. Let's go, Buffalo. Everybody from Toronto, so close to Buffalo. All of my friends up there, because everyone knows I'm an adopted Canadian. They're all rooting for Buffalo right now. All good, Frank. All good. Love it. They're all rooting for them against my Bruins. Respect. We're now circling 0 minutes to post.
Hey, look what I found, Sean.
It's back. Love to see it.
Okay, let's get a winner.
Yes.
Right now, I was looking, Sean. The one is definitely your favorite. 9 to 5 come up a little bit. The 4 is 2 to 1, so they're both very close. But when you look at the exact probables here, 1 4 1540, 4 1 1780 for 2.
Jenny Mac's got a.
We definitely want, as a result of that, we definitely want that 11 involved here.
Yes, we do. Yep. Jenny Mac's got
a little more.
Exacta box 3, 6, 11, 12, and win in place in the 3 and the 12. We're getting to the gate now. Here we go.
Joseph saying that we need to do a crossover with Razor. Yeah, we're definitely on good terms with Razor. As a matter of fact,
we love Razor. Yep.
I've dropped into his streams a few times and everything. I've got the links to them and the open invite to drop in and participate anytime. But yeah, Razor, often on Thursdays, he will drop here in the chat. And we've definitely had Wolf on some of our videos in the past. I don't think he's ever been on the lounge.
No.
But we've had some big days to where in the past, I know we did like the 24 hours of Breeders' Cup the 1 year. And was it Breeders' Cup we did 24 hours, Sean? Yeah, it was. Yeah. And then that whole night, overnight, when there was no racing going on, I mean, it was just a who's who of horse racing dropping in and sharing thoughts.
Wolfie's the man. He's one of my good friends. Love him. And they're off. Then we got the 11 breaking out in the lead there. We got the 10. We got the 2. We got everybody going for the lead right now.
1 trying to sneak up the rail and get a little piece, but it's a 2 up top.
We got the 2, the 1, the 7, the 4. We got everybody trying to get involved in this race.
Zip around it and messing around. Put a nose in front, and now clearly Majestic says, I don't think so, but here comes that 11, Sean.
Yep, sitting on the outside. 4 kind of in the back there, 12, 22, and 2 kind of a quick pace. They always run fast down there in Evangeline. Got the 1 on the outside. See if we can get this 11 maybe cooking with a little gas here if we can. Down the stretch, the 1 is still in front. You got the 2, the 11 trying to get involved late here. See if we can get this.
Come on, 11.
Come on, 11. Get this 11 going now.
Get 1, 11. Come on, 11.
Come on, 11. You can beat the 2.
Nice.
The 4 is trying. No, they're just hanging. 1, 2, 11, 4.
2 split us.
Ah.
The 2 split us.
14 to 1. Zip around. Casey Fizzler. Putting a monkey wrench in our plans. Harry Hernandez coming back from Turf Paradise.
That was one of my least favorite horses in the race.
Did you see 11 got bet down from 5 to 1 to 5 to 2?
Yes.
Wow.
Big late money.
Wow, the cause just lost a lot of money. Jenny Mac is starting a Frogger channel. That'd be fun. There, can we watch?
Battlefield 6. Is that a horse race?
He's playing the Battlefield 6. It's called the Oakland Handicap. six horses.
To me, the biggest battlefield is any horse racing track that KK is riding on.
Yeah,
That's the battlefield. And I'm gonna load the mines up myself.
electronic, but there you go. Louisiana can be a challenge, that's for sure.
We set the bar pretty high in the first race, and
Yeah,
that's all right. I got us in the next one.
I love it. There we go.
I have
Daddy's
a
go.
strong opinion in the next.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Did anyone have that, by the way?
Don't think so.
I think the 2 kind of squashed everybody there. What did that pay? There. We were close.
That was the one that I did have with my second pick.
Yeah. Curtis got the try. Nice job, buddy. Well done, sir. Curtis, well done, my man. Let's see. Where did he go? Let's see. Curtis, look at that. Nice job. 1 with 2, 3, 4, 11. Great job, Curtis.
Very, very well played.
That is going to be great, my friend.
50-cent try is 48.60.
Woo! Well done, my man. That's how you win that thing, huh? Crazy.
Cause that he's bugging out.
Yeah.
But he's going 7 with a bunch in here.
7 with a bunch. Great job, Curtis.
Very well played.
And he's got the 7 with everybody. Okay. Like it, Kyle. That is how you bet right there. Yeah, this is not a track we do on a normal basis. So it's not always a challenge when you're doing these things. That 11 really got hammered late, huh?
Yes, he did.
Exactly. I'll be back in 1 second, my good man.
Too modest, Curtis. That's not blind squirrel stuff when you play it like that. It's like play the top and the underneath ice cold and just horses in between. Sometimes we have those feelings, though. I've played similar bets where you see a horse with third-itis and you just bet that horse to come in third, and who you like on top with sometimes all in between is something that I've definitely done. Have a horse and play like 1-2 all, 1 all 2 kind of thing. I like playing those kinds of bets sometimes and tries. Big field of 10 here in the next. Our 5 is scratched. Arrow Max is out. Race number 5 going to be a 7 furlong affair. And then if we get to the 6th, we get the race on the grass. We'll see how things go. If I remember correctly, every time we played Evangeline, it seems like some of our hits come on the grass. Every time that we play down here, we get something. So we'll wait for Sean to get back, but to talk about it, who's everybody like in the Oakland handicap? I know we talked a little bit about some of the top 3. Anybody like anybody outside the big 3, Sovereignty, Journalism, and White Barrio? Publisher is in there. Got Duke of Duval and Liberal Arts. Anybody think Journalism and Sovereignty might kind of do a little worse first time against older horses? Well, I don't have secret bets. Here's what we've said before 100 times. If I tell Sean that my picks that I like are 1, 2, and 3, and he bets something else, you can bet that I'm betting 1, 2, 3. It's not a secret bet. It's just our format for the show. It's just like when we give out bets. Is everybody in the chat betting exactly what we put on the screen as the bet? No. I don't know why. Seems like Feisty Feline, or should I say Lloyd, you take offense to that. Or I'm not sure you really take offense. You just find a way to try to argue anything I say. Got you figured out. Absolutely, Joseph. I don't fault anybody for liking anybody. I just think it's funny that, you know, when you bet something one way, that a lot of people in this game, and I see it on X, and I'm not talking about in the chat and anybody here. It's just like people get on chat, and I can think of one person in particular, and I won't call anybody out, but I love when people get on and say, you guys are stupid. You don't like this horse. You like that horse. Oh yeah. We're all supposed to like the same horse. I don't think that person who supposedly likes horse racing understands how parimutuel wagering works. It just cracks me up. I just think it's funny. You know, I watch a lot of horse racing and a lot of horse racing shows, and the Keeneland show is a good example. So Keeneland has 4 public handicappers. And I will tell you, in 8 or 9 races on the card, I think it's funny that on a average day, there's probably 2 or 3 races to where every one of them picks a different horse on top. It's the nature of the game. We all like what we like, and we share what we see, and that doesn't mean you should see it the same way. And if you see it differently, you should damn sure bet the way you see it. Yeah, Joseph, I'm trying to find that game called Winning. That's the game I want. No, he's not even the one, Uncle Sully. He's not even close. And you know what? Trusty's not like that at all. I like Trusty. Trusty doesn't tell anybody to play his bets. He plays long shots, so he prefers you don't play his bets.
All right, here we are, my friend.
I'll say it again because it's not the format of the show. Our format of the show is that we have a bankroll. We start out with $100, and basically what we do is we share. One of us takes the race. That's the person who's going to bet the bankroll, who's going to make the bankroll play, should I say? And the other person will provide their input or people, and then that person can take whatever info they want from that, just play their own bets or whatever they want to play, and we play that as the channel.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and, when Sean says I'm going to play 1, 2, 3 and go, no, here's my bet. I'm playing 3, 4, 5. Sean is crazy. Sean is nuts. We don't do that. I've already shared my picks. You probably know what I'm going to play.
Right. That's why we ask the other one what they like. So if the other one likes the other 3, then and you like that more, go with that one. That's why it's our opinions. That's why we do that. All right. So we are 11 minutes till race 5 here at Evangeline, and we got Colin in the house.
Man, they just let anybody in here.
Yeah, I tell you.
Doubling down. What's up, Colin?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's all we care, Mike. As long as people learn, and we learn just as much as you guys do.
Here's a conversation that I had at Keeneland this past weekend, Mike, with some people there at the track. Was that to me, a lot of people that play this game are like into numbers, into data, into going through things in a way to where they try to put some logic to something, and they like crunching the numbers and just coming up with whatever they come up with. To me, everybody else's picks and information is a data point. I don't have to necessarily agree with what you pick about a horse to take something out of what you said. And that's what I try to do. And that's what I think I'm pretty good at, is actually just taking all of the data points and kind of consolidating data and coming up with my own picks. And believe me, I've got my own data, but that doesn't mean that I don't look at other things on big days like Churchill Downs and the Kentucky Derby. And that's exactly why I had one of my best handicapping days ever at the Derby last year and just crushed that card. And we did it live on the air. Go back and watch the stream and watch us give out the picks and watch them come home.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, Lloyd, I mean, I'm not faulting you, bud. You're welcome to share your opinions and everything. It's just that we don't have to know. Nobody's opinions are better than others, even if you win. Just because you won and I lost doesn't make me wrong and you right. No, we had different opinions.
Yeah.
And I don't fault anybody for having their opinions.
No. And we welcome here. That's what we want to hear.
And if people ask you questions, you're welcome to share. If people don't ask you questions, you're welcome to share. We talk about it all the time. What do we say? Who do you like? Who's everybody like in here?
Yeah.
Share your info. And again, it's just data points. It's just data points.
Tim Betts.
What's that?
Tim Betts doubling down. He's blind and he's a millionaire.
That's exactly what it is. It's Colin's fault for not having the 8 in that feature last week with KK and not having that in his picks. It's his fault why I did not hit the picks.
Yes, exactly.
I blame Colin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Bobby D's got 8376 here coming up. Will you be launching Trust the Prophets TV when FanDuel TV shuts down?
No, we don't want that job.
No, we don't want that
job.
Now,
if they want to pay Sean and I to sit and talk horses all the time, I think
we
can do it better than some wild shirt wearing people that are out there on TV now.
Yep, there you go. All right, Tim, let's see what we got coming up here.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'll read the conditions here. 7 furlongs, claiming 10,000 non-winners of 3 lifetime accredited for 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. And when I looked at this race, Tim, the first thing he says is, do I have to?
It's not a great race.
Exactly. Said, do I have to? Exactly. So, all right.
I do have a pretty strong opinion though, so I'm
Yeah,
interested to see what you think.
Okay. Yeah. In this race, I really, really like the 8 concentration. The new mama, Alexis Claire, trains. Emmanuel Nieves is the rider. These two are 40% together. Love the fact this horse has run 2 races at Evangeline. I'm going to throw the allowance 31 right out of the books. Claiming 20,000. Darn near won with Batista aboard. Nieves and she run very well together, and I think this horse is in the absolute right spot to beat this field, and I think the horse to beat clearly. In the second race, I went to the outside with Byward. I like the fact that this horse is cutting back from a mile and 70th to 7 furlongs. This horse has run, even at fairgrounds, 6 furlongs, has run decent races versus bettor. I think the 7 furlongs could actually be to his liking. Duhan is 17% off the claim, and I think he's putting this horse in a spot where this horse will be closing late and could be very tough versus this crew. And my third pick was the 3 Dixie Doctor. Kevin Roman's having just a terrible meet, 1 for 41. And but the trainer, I do like the fact that this horse was claimed from Sharp, and the mile has run some good races, first, third, first. I figure this horse, not a great first workout, but I thought maybe this horse could get in at a price. Obviously not getting played right now at 12-1, but I needed somebody for third. So that's the horse I came up with. So, and then the 1 Daddy's Code for fourth. But this horse has got to show me a lot more to beat this group, but has run well at Evangeline first and second. So that horse is definitely live off his past form here. So I was 8, 11, 1, and then 3. So it was 8, 11, 1, and 3.
All right. We are really close. All you got to do is take your top 2 picks and swap them, and we're the exact same. I'm 11, 8, 1, 3.
Yeah.
So very much the same. But I look at the 11 on the outside, Sean, and this horse, the numbers that this one has run in each of the last 2 races, each of the last 3 races, it's like 63, 63, 63. Nobody else is running close to that right now. So I just think that this horse has a big shot in here. First off the claim, this trainer is in extremely strong, but does have a nice 17% win rate. Comes right back. So when they come back this quick, it's definitely not that big of a disadvantage, regardless of what barn you're coming from. So I think the 11's got a big chance. I love the 8 as well. One thing about the 8 is this, 5 for 7 at the distance underneath. So one of the reasons that I did not put the 8 on top is that this horse just seems to be a horse cashing second and third tickets. But one thing that I do love, been off since February, has a few works here. But if you go to the works, if there's one thing I've said in here multiple times when I see workout patterns, my favorite to see is don't give me the bullet last time out. Give me the bullet 2 works back. And that's exactly what this one did. 4 furlong, best of 54 for the day, and then comes back with a nice maintenance work at Louisiana Downs. That to me is the best way to run the works. Get something really sharp and then get another nice, easy maintenance work in. I think that this horse is going to definitely be forward placed early on, but just seems like a hard trying type that doesn't like to finish on top. So I had it more underneath. And then the 1 definitely racing against bettor at fairgrounds, but this is one that when I looked at the races, is you have to include here is 2 for 2 at Evangeline, a first and a second. So you got to include this one. But one of my angles, I like that last race. You can look fading late, but this horse was routing in the slop. This horse wants to be sprinting and goes sprint to route to sprint, which Sean knows is one of my favorite angles. So you throw in the route in the middle and try to get a little bit of fitness out of that and a little more stamina out of your horse, and maybe that they can come back and hang on a little bit better. So dropping down pretty well in addition. So this one's doing quite a few things at once here that to me should make this horse a little more competitive in this spot.
Yep.
And Dixie Doctor was my fourth underneath. This is just coming out of the Joe Sharp barn. Really, really tough for me to take another trainer improving a Joe Sharp horse. Right. And, you know, Antonio Alberto is out of 5 starts, has 2/3. So to me, that's about the ceiling on this one.
Yep.
Lloyd, that's a different subject. I would trash Tom Brady. Just because I don't like Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, but he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Sean loves Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's it. My boy. He's been acting a little strange lately, but exactly. He's mad that he didn't get to own the Patriots instead of the Raiders, but oh well.
We are headed to the gate, Sean. We got to get a wager in here. So
yes, we are. Let's get a winner, Tim. Heading right to the gate. And again, thank you everybody for joining us tonight.
Lost track of time.
Hey, Claw and Order, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining us. That's right, Genius. 7-ring genius. Wow.
All right, here's what we're playing, Sean. You love my format. I'm gonna play a $2 try, 8-11 with 8-11 with 137.
Love it.
$12 play.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
And Lloyd, just for you, since that is my bet. That's exactly what I'm punching in my own ADW. 8-11 with 137. $12. Bet. Done. Sully's going exact to box 168. No, Sully, we can't have that 6 in there. Jenny is going to play exact to box 1348. Win in place on the 3 and the 4. Jenny's swinging for the fences.
Love it. Swing that.
So if we're looking at the wheel pay, Sean, and we are, the 8 in the pick 5, the 8 is just slightly lower. The 1 and the 11 are both the same amount just behind that one. And the 3 is next. So, I mean, we've got the 4 horses that are in all of the wheel pays on top.
There we go. Love it. Love it.
Although for some reason in the pick 3, but not in, in the pick 3 in.
Bob Jackson's got 1, 4, 10. Mike's got 8 with the 7, 10, 11.
Let's get this 7 to get a piece at 6-1.
Love it.
In a perfect world here, Sean, we're going to get 11, 8, 3.
11, 8, 3.
11, 8, 3. Let's get that home. Let's just call it ice code right now. 11, 8, 3, 1 in the superfecta.
Okay. Let's get it home. We're almost all on the gate.
Good luck to all.
And
there they go. Quick speed from the 10 outside, and now inside that one, you're going to have the 8 showing a little bit of speed. Here comes the 3 up the rail, and the 2 inside that one looking for room, and the 3 is going to shut the door. Up on the outside, that is our 11 horse heading out to the lead. Down on the rail, that's the 3 Dixie Doctor in second, just outside that one. Metallic Mischief up front. It's another 2 links back to the number 2 horse. Sitting just outside that one is the 4. Another link to the 10. Then it's the 8, 1, 9, and 6 trails the field up front. By Word went to the quarter 22 and 4. Has about 3 links over a trio of horses who are trying to get engaged and getting just a little bit closer as we round the turn and head for the top of the stretch. By Word still right there. Dixie Doctor coming up on the outside in second. Metallic Mischief is down inside, starting to drop back. Here from further back, here comes the 8 horse. We got the 11 up front. Let's get that 8. Let's go.
On. Get that 8. Come on, 8.
11, 8. Get it up. Get it
Come
up.
on, 8. Let's go.
Here comes the 8 outside. 8. Now into second. We need him to hold off the 4.
Come on, hold off that 1. Hold off that 1.
On the outside. The 1's coming hard. The 11 is home. We need to get the 8 home. Get up 8. Get up 8. But we don't have the 4, and the 4 is going to be right there.
We're getting split.
11, 4, 8. Damn the luck.
Yeah,
the horses just missed.
Well, yeah, we're on it tonight.
I love the 11. I mean, that was my top pick in at 3 to 1. I should have went flat.
Yeah, that was no.
Little echo.
Yeah, no. There's some fast opening quarters going tonight, Joseph. It's 82 degrees down there, Joseph. So the humidity for the Louisiana tracks, when you get that humidity, you're going to have fast fractions up front.
Man, we missed it.
Ugh.
Right there. Your 2 to 1 favorite finishes third.
Who's it for? High Stakes Hustler.
I hate having your top pick win the race and not cashing a ticket.
Yeah, no, yeah, the 11. I think the 11 surprised the whole field there, Tim, going to the lead there.
Well, the big thing was, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah. I did not see this horse going to the lead.
Yeah, that was a winning move.
Told me this horse, that's exactly what I said. This horse just keeps, running the same race, 63 every time, and that was better than anybody else had been running. So
yeah,
I didn't see the speed part of it, but
yeah,
definitely saw the horse being much the best.
No doubt, yeah.
Damn it. Tell me somebody hit that. Come on.
Yeah, someone hit that. Yeah. Tell somebody like the 4. We got bet down to 5 to 1.
Jenny had win place on the 4, so she's going.
Yeah, good job, Jenny.
Money.
Yeah, Joseph, this track is running really fast tonight. Really fast. And sometimes this track can be really slow. So, but at 82 degrees and humidity, you're going to see fast fractions.
Well, we got 3 races to turn it around, Sean, and
yes, we know. Yep.
And we're still up for 1.
We're still up. Yep.
We got a turf race coming up.
You love it. Love it.
12 horse field, full field.
Right. I know why we're lost, because we don't have Vicente del Cid.
The Wizard, the Kid.
The Wizard, the Kid. We don't have him.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely, it's 82 degrees and humid there right now. So they're getting some fast fractions, my friend. I like a horse in the next race. Be interesting to see if you pick it.
I thought it was interesting.
No, I do not have a stable duel update, Mike. I wish I had one, but I don't.
Nobody does.
Nobody does.
Call it dead. Stick a fork in them. Stick a fork in them.
Yep. No update, Mike. Your update is as good as mine.
Fork them.
Tim's giving his update. Exactly.
Fork them.
Exactly. That is Tim's update. Exactly. Fork him. He's gone. If I do get email, I will definitely. If I get news, I can promise you I will be the first one to let you know. I had heard that they were having some not legal problems, but they're switching stuff over and name stuff and all that stuff. But I will let you know when I hear. Yeah, thank you, Joseph. Yeah, anyone who's done there, please hit the like button. Absolutely. Definitely helps as always. Thank you. Joseph? Yeah, but if I do get an update on Stable Duel, I will be the first one to share it with you. I promise. Mr. Faversham is still running? Okay. Okay. So
That's not even close to my rant, Sully. Come on. My rant tonight is going to be about going to the track and having people be on the same track as you and not even bother to come by and say hello or show up or do anything. It's like, I'm with my girlfriend.
right. Exactly. Or promise something and not deliver. There you go.
Promises.
Great song.
Yep.
Okay.
In my head.
Who do I believe? All right. So we are on the turf. And let me guess, you found out they were there because they posted it on social media.
No, they actually did a drive-by at our restaurant and, kind of waved in the window as we were sitting there and as we were ending up the night and then just, we'll be at the track the next couple of days. And they were there evidently. Not that I saw them.
Yeah. Sully was with the aforementioned ringer.
What's up, Ethan?
Ethan, how are you, my friend? Welcome back, bud. He's got a 5'8" box. Not just a box, a box.
Box them up.
Yeah, which means he's thinking, I want to win some money. All right, Tim. 1 mile on the turf. Purse $33,000 for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won a race other than maiden, claiming, or starter. Exactly. And let me see if there are any scratches in this race, and I don't think we do, other than the 13 and the 14. So we have a full field of 12 here. Tim, what were your top 3 picks here, my friend?
Okay. So I don't like that right now this is your favorite.
Okay.
But the number 8 Ranch Water is currently sitting at 5-2 as your favorite off of a 9-2 morning line. And I still think that this one moves back the other way because the 5 and the 11 should both be taking a little bit more money.
Yeah.
But when I look at the 8 here, and we are getting Jansen Melancon to ride. And the thing that I really like about this horse is the early speed.
Yep.
What is the one thing that we've been talking about all night long? It's the speed that the track is holding now. We are going to the turf. It's a little bit different. But here's the thing. Every time we've been at Evangeline and we have a turf race, I've kind of been leaning towards the early speed. and it seems like speed holds on this turf course, and I've done pretty well with that move. So I'm going to take this one because when I look through the field here, I'm not sure that there's any other real speed. The 4 might have a little bit. The 1 might have a little bit because you can see some 1s on the program.
Yeah.
But they don't have the speed the 8 has.
Right.
I just think that the 8 gets out there, speed of the speed, runs away from this field. So now you got to figure out who is going to be there underneath.
Yeah.
If you go all the way to the outside and you look at the number 12 Western Run, this is a horse who has definitely put up some good numbers at Fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And look at 1 1/16 races, 2 and 3 back. The last one was at 1 1/8. So I'm willing to line that one out as this one was first time off the claim there. Now we're cutting back a little bit. Big change on Barnes here because just like I said with the horse in the previous race, claiming a horse off Joe Sharp is definitely not a not a small task.
Yeah.
Moving a horse forward off of that. But if I can get back to where those races were at Fairgrounds at the 1 1/16, I think that this horse might have a chance to finish underneath. I don't like the 11. I'm kind of playing against the 11 a little bit. So I'm going to go inside to the other horse that I think probably is going to take some money here, and that is the 5 Big Drinker. This one's been off since February, but has some pretty decent works, looking pretty good. Has definitely raced against better when you see those allowance races that this one has been in. Comes down here, optional claimer, non-winner, 1 other than. So definitely a little bit of a softer spot here. This one races straight claimers at Louisiana Downs the last time on turf. And the last one was a win there.
Yeah.
So, but I was hoping this was going to be the favorite because I don't like this horse on top at all in the spot. I think it's more of an underneath play, but I love the speed of the 8. Give me the 8 on top, 8, 12, 5, and then I would put the 11 fourth.
Yeah. Okay.
But I really like the 8.
Yep. Yep. Let's see.
Feisty, I'm getting ready to ban you. I'm going to ban you off the channel for even mentioning those words in here. We do not like those people. Do not like those people. They took my money.
Saludos bendiciones. Chris has got
Prayers.
5 with 4, 7, 8, 11, 12. Yeah, Zach, yeah. And
so I say I don't want the 5 on top, and Curtis breaks out the 5. No, he's wheeling it.
And yeah.
I really like the 8, Sean. That was my top pick.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah, no, I'm very much with you here on the I'm the same way. I love the 8. I think Jansen, this horse is definitely alive in this group. 2 very solid turf races at Evangeline, which I love. And and notice Isaac Castillo is now riding down at I remember when he was at Delaware and Monmouth and all that stuff. Now he's down at Louisiana. That's interesting. Obviously the horse is running against some. I mean, ran a horse against Faber. I mean, so it did run against some good races, but and did win at Louisiana Downs. But I don't love the post at all. You know.
Yeah.
And maybe if it was inside, I like him a little bit more. I'm the same with you on the 5. I think the 5 is definitely logical, but don't know if I like him on top. I definitely like the way that the 8, especially Landry, who's off to a very good start, and Jansen, they're 26% and a really high number, and well said, Feisty. Well said. So this is one of those interesting. I can't believe are we a little shocked though that 11 7 to 1? I didn't expect this 11 to
No,
be
I've been watching the odds all night, and Dan just said this a second ago. Don't let the early money fool you. And he's
Yeah, no, I know. But
and that's why I said I hate that the 8 is where it is, but I think the money's going to come back to the 5 and the 11.
Yeah.
My biggest surprise right here is not even that the 8 has dropped down to 3-1. A bigger surprise to me is that the 12 has dropped down to 4-1 off the 2 morning line.
Right.
And for that one to be below the 5 and the 11, I'm not surprised that the 8 took some money and drops below for a minute here, but the 12 surprises me a little bit more. I mean, I love the 12. It's my second pick. So, I mean, the odds right now are pretty much the exact way I've got the whole race, but
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. And I think it'll still turn around.
Here's my problem with the 12.
They're showing the 8 right now, by the way, on screen.
Yeah. Looks
Go
really
ahead,
good.
though. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The 12, see, this is what I don't like about the 12 is the 12 post. I don't like the 12 post. But the other thing is, too, is that this horse lost to Montador at Kentucky Downs. You know what I'm saying? And was really on a good, third at Churchill's, a Founders. Then wins going away at Fairgrounds. And then what happened to exactly that this horse went from, he came off and was running well. He won 2 races, and now we're in this group. But you go from Joe Sharp to Gervon Brassard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the one, huh?
Big change.
That's a big change. Now the horse could just be that much better than this group, and all you need to do is just point him in the right direction. But I don't know. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Before Joe Sharp, it was in the Shug barn.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It was running against legitimately big. I actually bet that horse numerous times.
This horse, if you look at last year back at Churchill, ran in a maiden special weight that was won by S-Mark.
Mm.
And the reason that I mentioned that horse is we saw S-Mark in an allowance race last weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Won by Reagan's Wit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, if they keep using Reagan's name, she's going to start charging, Dad and Sherry money, for licensing rights, because she's on a roll right now. The Reagan horses are really running right now. Good for her. Okay, 7 minutes ago, I'm kind of formulating. So my picks, Tim, were very similar to yours. I was 8, 5, 11, and 12.
Yeah, same horses, different order, but we got the same top horse.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So, and we'll see how they look.
The race definitely looks like it runs through those 3. For me, having a horse I like the 8 over 3 horses that, kind of stand out to me. This is probably where I would go a $2 try. You listening, Lloyd? I would probably go a $2 tri-key 8 over the 5, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Just key the 12 on the 8 on top over those 3 horses in a trifecta for $12. Sean, we got to do this. We haven't done this all night. Right now in the paddock.
Riders up!
Hey, Dan Wins, how are you, buddy?
Riders up time.
Beverly's got a $4 exact to 8 with 5, 11, 12.
I just think that the 8 runs away from them. Run them off their feet.
You know what? I like that. You know what? Yeah, I like that. That's a good bet, as a matter of fact. Tim, I think I know my bet already. I think Beverly. $2 exact for $12 is going to be. I'm going to key the 8 in a box. So it's going to be for the people that, so I want 8 with 5, 11, 12, or 5, 11, 12 with 8. So $12 doing a key box there. So the 8 has to come in first or second. I'm just explaining it for the people that don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing $2 exact, the key box, 8 with the 5, 11, 12. That means the 8 has to come in first or second, and the 5, 11, 12 has to be in there with them. That's $12. So let me quickly here, just because I got Beverly here. And I think, do we still have Frank? Is Frank still with us from Toronto? He's still,
I haven't seen him in a bit.
he's
Yeah,
probably,
Dan, the thing about this 9, and this is a situation similar to the horse we had earlier in the night who had been off since 24. That one had been off since July. This one was off from November, then comes back in a race one time in October, just sprinting in a claiming race. Why did they drop all the way down from those stakes in those higher classes to a claiming? Were they trying to dump the horse? Finishing 9 of 9 at 10 lengths, I think, maybe. But now has continued to work. And back here, yeah, I just have to wait and see here, or this horse would just have to beat me for sure. But I just don't see if this horse got back to what he ran in those stakes races, then yes, could definitely compete. But looks like maybe they're trying to get rid of this horse. I don't know.
Yeah, no doubt.
Although not in for a tag here.
No, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is. I'm sorry. It does have the. I was looking at the wrong one.
Yeah.
Lloyd, because you said earlier that I should post my picks, and I told you we don't post them, but I gave it to you. That's all I said. Good grief, man.
So interesting, just to let Beverly know, we have an interesting apprentice up in Woodbine this year. Christoph Douglas is riding for the first time and he's definitely one to keep an eye on. I'm trying to find something just quickly here for Beverly that I like on opening day at Woodbine. Try to help her out, who would be kind of like my key play of the day there. Yeah, and yes, I think my key play of the day on Saturday will be in the 5th race, Beverly, at Woodbine, the 4 Justine, Emma Jane Wilson for Dale Desirou. I think this horse is going to be. There's a couple of horses. I think Coste's horses will take some money there. Has 2 starts, a third, but I do like the fact that this horse is just throw the first race was at Saratoga, came in 10th, came in 3rd at Churchill, and I think this horse could be live off the has had 1, 2, 3 workouts at Woodbine very nicely. So I think Justine is my play of the day there. And there's 2 Casses on the inside that I think will get play. So I think that is, to me, the play of the day. Interesting. I know Pietro was named to some horses there, but they've changed jockeys. So I wonder if Pietro's staying down for a little longer.
At Keeneland?
Yeah, Keeneland. Yep. Yeah. So, but I know he's heading up there. So yeah. So that is my pick of the day, my friend, if you're watching. And how long do we have until 0 minutes to post. Let's see. Danny Twins got exact a 5-11 with 4-5-9-11. Anytime, my friend. Good luck.
And the 5, as we expected, has come down and is currently your 3-1 favorite.
Yeah.
The 8 is now floated up to 6-1, which I love. The 11, 7-2, and the 12, 4-1.
Oh, Ethan, you didn't get a bet either on Flying Mohawk, huh? The 11-1 Super Child. Beating my boy Lynchy and Javier. So we're almost in there. Again, we got the 8 is our key horse here. We are now heading to the turf. Just starting to get dark down there now. They're on the western side down there, so they stay like pretty still. It's nice to get most of their card in, Tim, in the daytime, in the light. Seven's going in, the 5's going in, 9's going in. Good luck to everybody.
Big drinker.
Big go.
The number 5, your favorite. Big drinker.
3-1.
Sounds like a horse that hangs out in the lounge.
Our 8 is 6-1 now. I like that. And away they go. And it's Jansen going, brother, here's 8, 4, 1, 3, 12, 9, 11, 5, 6, 10, 7, and the 2 can see them all. But this is the 4, My Pal Sweet, at 8-1 with Ranchwater now 10-1 in the second. The 1, 3, and the who's on the outside there? I'm trying to see out there. That's a 12 out there. The 11 right behind them with the 5 and the 9, the 6, 10, 7, and the 2 can see them all. 23 and 4 is the opening quarter. We get the 4, My Pal Sweet, trying to take them wire to wire. The 8, Ranchwater, 10-1, sitting right on their outside. 3, Heggs is right there, Titanium Deal. 12 sitting there. The 5 trying to get through on the inside. The half and 48, they really slowed it down up front. But it's the 8, Ranchwater, trying to take them wire to wire here. Jansen 10-1. The 3's on the outside. Down the stretch, they come 113. The 8 still trying to hold on. Who's that? Who's that splitting them? Is that the 1?
11, or is that the 1? That's the 1.
The 1's coming. The 11's on the outside. The 8's trying to dig down. The 11's on the outside, coming down to the wire. It's 11-1, 8. Oh my God! How close can you be without? Every time we've had one horse split us. Oh,
I think that's like my top 4, isn't it?
yeah, it is. Yeah. That's how you liked the 1, didn't you?
No, I'm sorry. I did not have the 1 in there.
Oh, you did. Well, okay. I knew you mentioned the 1 as a
Yeah.
horse you were checking out, but yeah. Oh, 11-1. And where did the 11 go off at 3-1? Yeah, because Isaac Castillo now riding down at Evangeline Downs, one of the leading riders at Monmouth, and now he's down there. Wow. That is shocking to see. 11-1-8-3. All right. 111 Dutch bet. There you go. 5 should be closer and pulls. Yeah, let me see here. Now the 5 didn't. So let's see. Dan had 11. Didn't have the 1. Let me see. James had 3, 5, 7, 8. No, okay. Oh, Dan just needed the 1.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I didn't have the 1. I needed it.
And by we have an inquiry on the 1 and the 3. So if this 1 comes down,
Oh, take that 1 down.
we'll take that.
Oh, we will definitely take that in a big way. Inquiry. Claim on that boy. And it's an inquiry, right? Or is there an objection?
What's that? It's an inquiry.
Oh, good. Yeah.
It's an inquiry on the 1 for interference with the 3.
Let's see. I'll see
And
if we
if
can
we
get
take
that.
the 1 down below, we get 11-8 and we cash this exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be huge. Show us what are we looking at here?
8 was 10-1, Sean.
Oh, I had him across. $11, much the best. Let's see here. Show us the evidence. Isaac Castillo, Britland Stables. Okay.
Rick Johnson, the odds are 100%. It needs to change. No, I'm oh, sorry. That was my wishful thinking speaking.
Can we see at least what we're looking at?
Yeah, the 11-8 for 2, Sean, would pay $79.60.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
We'll
We
take
could do it. What?
Nope. It's official. They went official with the inquiry sign still up.
Wow. Okay. Yikes. Crazy.
They wasted no time going official.
No. I think all 3 stewards had 11-1-8 and said, okay. I saw nothing. Too bad. Hey, Malathot.
Malathot, who is that?
I know. The artist formerly known as Malathot. This is Parks. Man, I thought we had that one. I thought we had that one. But alas, we move on. That was an awful quick inquiry. We didn't even get to see what they were looking at.
No, they never showed anything.
At least show us what you're looking at, you know? I mean, if you're trying to be honest, which I guess this is Louisiana, so who knows? But I mean, come on, man. At least show us what you have an inquiry and not show anything. That's a little weird. Not looking. Yeah, down on the bayou. Yep. Yeah, when you see things like that, that's what gives Louisiana a unique flavor. some people are not crazy about. All right, we move on. Seventh race, and we got a scratch of Alvarado Cat. Ooh.
There can only be one cat in this race. So
That's right. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. And that cat's 9-1 right now. Interesting. Well, those are early money. That's early.
no, there's still two cats.
No,
in
I was kidding. I was kidding.
It's the other cats.
I knew which cat you meant, but but all right, here we go. 6 to okay, here we go. All right, Tim. We have an optional claiming state bred 20K, which is for accredited Louisiana bred 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races, other than maiden, claiming, or starter. A very interesting field here, for sure. And this is the interesting. So I guess at this meet, all you do is just bet Vargas to place, because right now he's 8 for 24, coming second. I noticed that he loves to come in second this meet. He got 2, 8, and 2 and 24. Not too bad. Okay. Here we go. And this is what? We're 6 furlongs, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Well, definitely we have to start out with Jansen's horse, a chromed out cat. This horse definitely looks like to be the horse to beat. Ran a very nice race with Dapper Moon, who was a very good horse. Was leading the whole way, just got collared, but really dug in, and the going back to the third place horse was a couple lengths at least. So I think this horse is run at Evangeline on the dirt once. That was claiming 20,000 back in the day, and that was good. And it was a different trainer. His trainer is 29% on the year, 50%. This horse definitely looks like, and putting Jansen on, this is definitely the horse to beat, for sure. My second pick in this race, let me check for the front page here. I actually liked a bit of a price here. Where they see this here? Is my upset pick here, and I thought I'd get like a steal of a price here. Was the one majority opinion, Henry Johnson. The man's 2 for 3 so far with a third, and he gets Colby, who's really struggling, but Colby's usually better than 1 for 29. But I love the way this horse ran last time off the page, just drew off, and has run some good races here at Evangeline. I mean, he was running against $75,000 stakes, so somebody obviously thought this horse could be a runner, but has run well over the Evangeline track, first and the second, and even the races he lost that were against much better. I don't know why this horse was 20-1, but obviously 6-1. The public has figured this out. And the third horse is G Wildcat, Paul DeHaan, Vargas. I like the way this horse. I'm going to throw out that last race, the 20,000 non-winners or 2. That was way too high for this horse. Now it comes back down to a realistic level. 2 wins and 2/3 at 5 starts at this track. Seems to really enjoy as I always say, there's horses for courses in Louisiana. There's some that like tracks and hate the other ones. So I think that horse is alive. So my picks were as follows. They're the 9, followed by the 1, and then the 2. So 9, 1, 2. And if I had to give a third horse, that would be the 5.
You keep throwing horses out there, and you still didn't get my second pick there, Sean. Yeah, I think the 9 looks much the best here as well. So we've seen how well Speed has done on the front end, and this is definitely your speed in the race. So I think that the 9 is the one to get out front, and everybody else is going to be playing catch me if you can. But the 9 looks pretty darn good. The 12 is my second pick, though. When you go all the way to the outside and take a look at that one, this is one who definitely fits here and has raced against Bettor. We're at the 20,000 optional claimant level, so it looks like a step up from the last one, but that was at 5 furlongs. So going 6 furlongs, this horse has raced this 2 backed at this condition, showed some early speed, fading a little bit late. But if you look, the horse that came in second in that race was the 9, a chromed out cat.
Yeah.
But those two running kind of together and look like they're the 1-2 picks in here. But interesting, I was glad to hear you say you like the 1 and that's your second pick, because that's my third pick.
Yeah.
And this is one who definitely woke up a little bit in the last. And as you mentioned, Henry Johnson is not only 3 for 3 in the money overall with 2 wins out of 3 starts, but if you look at his ROI, 30 on horses coming back on the short layoff like this one is, he wins 23% of the time with a positive ROI. So that means if you're losing 75% of them and still turning in a positive ROI, you're typically doing it at a price. And this one off a 20-1 morning line is down to 6-1. So not a huge price, but taking some money. And my fourth pick here, I'm with you again as far as Go Wildcat. Just kind of fits the conditions. I think this horse is 4 for 5 at Evangeline and 10 for 14 at the distance.
Yep.
Just means the horse is just always trying. 19 for 27 lifetime in the money. Yeah. So definitely with the possibility to finish in the money underneath. I don't think the horse is a win candidate in this round.
No.
But hard try and type always finishing strong, cash and checks.
That's the type of horses that owners just love.
Exactly. Keep cashing checks. And if you look at this field, Sean, I'm going through to make sure the last couple here. Yeah. The 11 has 227,000. The 12 has 261.
Yeah.
The 2 has 242,000 lifetime. Yep. So the 2's right there with a couple of horses on much shorter prices. I think the 9's kind of a standout, though, especially the way that Speed is holding tonight.
Me too. Yeah. Me too. Rob's got 9, 11, 12.
I'm with him on the 9, 12. I did not like the 11. I'll toss the 11. And Sean, remind me, in the last 2 races for the 11, who won those 2 races?
Yeah.
The 2 horse. The 2 horse.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I've got the 2 horse 4th, and that horse beat this horse both of the last 2 races. So it's like
yeah, absolutely.
It was the fairgrounds, but it's at this distance.
Yeah.
I'll take a pass on that one.
By the way, if anyone is betting Keeneland tomorrow, there is a horse that is running tomorrow that you may recognize tomorrow at Keeneland. Tomorrow's the 17th, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Let's see if I can 1 second here. 1 second. Let's see if we can bring it up here. Yes, there you go. It's our buddy Illuminaire. Runs tomorrow at Keeneland. Running against a very tough field, though. It's a very tough field. This is an optional allowance optional claiming, Tim. Listen to this, right? Durante, Bold Journey, American Monarch, Lil Knee, Normandy Coast, and Illuminaire. That's a tough. That's a field of 6, but that's a tough group. You know, Flavian will be riding Illuminaire tomorrow, but.
Yeah, that definitely looks like a tough spot. Race 6, right?
Yeah, that is one stacked field.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know, the one thing about Illuminaire is a city of light.
Yep.
City of lights do well at Keeneland.
They do very well. Yep.
Really well.
And the addition of Flavian does not hurt at all.
All right, Sean, we are 5 minutes. It looks like they're still in the paddock.
Yes.
Walking around. The jocks are out, though. Once again, let's scratch the 6 in here. And we have a field of 11. Everybody else is in. The 9 is currently your 7-5 favorite.
Right. By the way, an interesting note for everybody is Jeff Fafa. So not Jeff Fafa. By the way, just an interesting note for people tomorrow. If you happen to be studying the Oaklawn races for tomorrow, you'll notice that a certain Junior Alvarado is at Oaklawn tomorrow. He is not at Keeneland tomorrow. He'll be riding the track tomorrow and getting a good handle on how that track is playing before Saturday. And Billy Mott has a couple of horses, and he is riding them for him. So just an interesting thing to keep an eye on tomorrow. Junior is at Oaklawn, not at Keeneland.
Is there a horse in particular, or is he just going to check out the track?
A little bit of both. He is a very nice horse named Bendug for the 7-year-old in the Tim Wright 9th race. Bendug for Billy Mott. That's a nice. He's 7, but he's still sharp as a tack for the. He's owned by Frank Fletcher. You know, the one with all the rocket horses.
Right.
Yeah. So that should be an interesting race for. He's a gun runner, and that I think that's his main horse. I remember Bendu. I can't remember the other one, but I think he's got 1 or 2 there that he's riding for Billy.
All right, we just clicked down to 4 and we just headed out.
Riders up!
Love it.
There's that 2, the Wildcat. Three is one of the longest shots in the field at 14-1.
Yeah.
Couple 15s and an 18. 18-1 is your longest shot in the field. Take charge, JJ. Number 4, 9-1. Leo Bobana.
Yeah. One mount tomorrow.
Oh, just one?
Just the one. That's what I'm saying. He did it right, Ben Duke. and get it. And it's a mile 16th, which lets him get a feel of how the track is playing, which is what he wanted to do. So definitely keep that.
9 looks loaded.
9 looks loaded indeed. I was just about to say that. Looks loaded indeed. Is anybody going to the track this weekend? Let's know if anyone's going to the track this weekend.
I can't go Saturday, but I might hit up on Sunday.
Okay. I don't have a track to go to because all my tracks are closed.
I'm really surprised that this 12 horse is 16-1 off a 6-1 morning line.
Yeah. I was going to go on Beverly will be at Woodbine. Fantastic, Beverly. One of these years, Beverly, I'm going to go up to opening day. I tell them all the time. Yeah, and the only problem is you never know what the weather's going to be. It could be snowing. It could be 80. You have no idea up there in April. And, you know, they're always nice. They always open. About 5 times in a row. My birthday is Sunday. They usually open always either on my birthday or the day before. So I always tell Woodbine, thank you for. It's supposed to rain on Saturday. That's what I heard. But one of these days, I'm going to surprise them. I'm going to show up on opening day at Woodbine. It can be cold, though.
What's everybody like in here? Let's see what you got. Curtis is going 2 with a 1-8-9-11.
Yeah. Bobby D's got 9-4 with 11-12-8. Thank you, Beverly, very much.
James White's going exact and try 9 with a 1-2-4-5-12.
Yeah.
Going deep.
Vince wants to, when does the spin private track open? It's still being heralded right now. Sometime in June. Oh, you mean Saratoga? No, I'm kidding. Suffolk Downs, yeah. Only like a quarter of it remains, but it's still there. We'll have to have Ryan. We'll have to have a day with you, Colin, and I meet over there simulcasting before it closes. Spin private track. And this is your race, Tim, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to bring us home here. Well, we have one left, but you can. Thank you, Curtis, very much, my friend. Appreciate it. Lloyd's got 9 with the 4-8-11.
There we go. $2 try key 9 with the 1-2-12.
Love it. There we go. And Curtis has got 2 with the 1-8-9-11. Okay. Good luck, Curtis. James White's got 9 with the 1-2-4-5-12. He reached the gate. 2 is taking some late money. 7-1.
Yeah, the 2 is second in the double wheel pays after the 9, and the 12 is second in the pick 3.
Yeah, I can see that. Bob's got the. Oh, thank you, Lloyd, very much. Appreciate it, bud. Bob Jackson's got top picks 2, 3, 4. Good luck, Bob. Danny Wynn's got win plays 2. Also straight exact to 9, 2, and 9, 12, and then smaller 2 the 1. Good luck, Dan. We're all heading to the gate now. My favorite calls is Il Sofati. And there they go. You get the 8 and the 9 going up the lead with the 3, the 5. And is that the 12 on the outside there? We get the 8, the 9, 3, the 5.
Astrology's protege.
Yep.
There goes a chromed out cat.
Yep. And the 3 right there, we get the 5. My long shot pick there, Lebanana, in the middle at 40 to 1. Got 22 flat. They're really flying tonight. Here's the 12. The 8 still giving them everything you can. And the 8 still leading right now. The 9 struggling to get by the 8. This 8 is not giving up. The 9 trying to bear down. But this 8 is giving them the slip.
He's gone.
8, 9, 11, and 2. Astrology protege. Joel Dominguez for 15 to 1 morning line, bet down to 6 to 1. The pundits knew. Did anybody have that? Did anyone have the 8 even? Oh, wait a minute. Curtis had 2 with the 1, 8, 9, 11, but I don't think the 2 got up there, right?
No.
Oh, no. I think Curtis had the right horses. Am I right there, Curtis? 2 with the 1. Would it come in now? 8, 9, what? 11? 2? Oh, he's a wheel. Oh, but
11, 12, I think.
11, 12. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that was a 2. Okay. Curtis, good handicapping at least, but you're the closest one of them.
No, it is 8, 9, 11, 2. 2 beat the 12.
8, 9, 11, 2. Okay. Curtis, did you have that? Wheel? I'm trying to see here because Curtis had the wheel, but he needed the 2. Oh, look at that. That's a tough one.
That's the kind of bet I normally make where I key a horse and then all the underneath picks.
All the other horses come in.
Exactly.
Oh. Curtis, great handicapping, man. Deserved to win that one. And then,
6 to 1 over the 6 to 5 choice.
Yeah, Lloyd had the numbers too. Yeah. Didn't reverse it. Oh, hate that when that happens. Hate when that happens.
Yep.
Last race, I'm betting 2 to win in play, so we can say we won at the Evangeline one, which is I think, which I can say is like that's amazing. you win at Evangeline Downs, you've done something right.
You might as well bet a $2 exacta box.
Yeah, I was $2 exacta box exactly. I actually like 2 horses. Send out everybody.
Finish them $1 up.
Exactly. At there, that's winning. You know, that is winning. And we got a beautiful $5,000 claiming race to end the night. Oh, keyed the 2. Curtis. Ugh. Brutal, but great handicap in that.
You needed to key the 2 in the last race.
I know, yeah. Let me see what that pay. Trifecta for 50 cents, 63.05. Oh man, good handicapping, Curtis. I was hoping you had that. That leaves us with one race left tonight, folks. And that is the 8th race. I'll read the conditions. L.J. Henry. No Red Sox fans going to bet that horse for John Henry. There we go. 6 furlongs, maiden 5,000 for maidens 3-year-olds and up. Very interesting. We get some interesting horses in this race, that's for sure. When I studied this race, the first thing I said on the top was, wow. Delicina, let's see. Oh, nice job, Beverly. Had a $5 box, 8 and 9. Way to go, Beverly. Nice job. Got some extra money to go to Woodbine. Get that famous roast beef sandwich. I wonder if that's open day 1. For anyone who has not been to Woodbine, they have the best roast beef sandwich ever. And there's a Tim Hortons right at the top on level 2. So Beverly, let us know how you. I guess they've redone the 2nd floor. So I want to know how that looks when you go. Yeah, Bob Jackson. They have award-winning roast beef. That is Ed DeRosa's favorite sandwich at any track in North America is the roast beef sandwich at Woodbine. Magnifique. And any scratches here, Tim? No scratches. So we got a full field of 10 to digest.
10.
Full field of 10 with my man Isaac Castillo riding Evangeline. From New York and Monmouth to Evangeline. The Isaac Castillo story. Very interesting. Very interesting. Tim, who are your top picks here in this final race?
I would be very surprised if the 2 isn't an overwhelming favorite and doesn't run away with this race.
Yeah, I that is my attitude exactly.
I think this is another case of a horse that's going to be out there on the lead and probably just much better than the rest of these.
Yep.
When I'm looking at everybody else, I think the 10 is a good fit here. So we're going 6 furlongs. You look at the last couple of races and you see 19 and a half lengths, 13 lengths. And it's like, okay, but that was routing. This horse is getting back to 6 furlongs and has had a little bit of a freshening here, but the works are pretty good. And when you look at the rest of this field, those speed figures are good enough here.
Yep.
And because you got to remember, this is a maiden race. And somebody just said this, you look at a horse like the 7, 36 race maiden.
Yeah, right.
the number one 19 race maiden. So it's like these horses have been around the block and still can't get a win. So somebody's got to, but I tell you, here's my price horse.
All right.
I'm going to give you the 24-1 3 horse as my third pick.
Love it. Okay. Baby Zone.
Yes.
Yep. Like it.
So 2 on top, 10, and then 3. If I gave you one more, the 5 looks like somebody who I think this horse is the odds I didn't agree with, 7-2 in the morning line, currently 9-1. That makes a lot more sense because I don't think that the figures on this one match up as well as the others. I get that this horse when he was here last year was racing maiden special weights. And then he went to Delta at the 10,000. But if he can't win at a 10,000 level at Delta, I don't care that he was maiden special weight before, even the 5,000 level here. I'm a little against.
Yeah.
So for me, 210, 3, 5.
Yeah. 210, 3, 5. Okay.
I think that 3's got a legitimate shot. You look 2 races back, Sean, at that 6.5 furlong at Delta. That 44 speed figure is better than most in this field. And that was 6.5. The horse was right there up until the end.
Yeah.
I don't look for this horse to win, but at 25-1, definitely underneath an exotics.
Yeah. All right. Beverly gets it every time she. Oh, love it. There you go. My type of person. No first time starter magic in this race, Mike. No.
Did not like that one at all. And I tried, because some of these have had so many races. I tried to find a first time starter that I could like, and that wasn't it.
All right, hit the button, Tim. I'm already ready.
Doesn't take any time.
Nope. I'm going to do a $2 exacta, 2 with the 110 for $4. We're finishing winners at the. I'm just doing straight 2 with 110. Yep. That's it. I think the 2 is going to win, and I hope the 1 and the 10 gets up behind them. If not, we still made money.
$1. We made money.
We had a lifetime of enjoyment.
We made it in the first race and made it last to the 8th.
Exactly. That's winning. That's winning Evangeline. Let me tell you.
That's funny.
That is fantastic. I give Evangeline credit, though. They start at like 6:30 and they're done by like 9:40. That's pretty good. A couple of tracks in the mid.
And remember, they're Central Time, so I mean they're gonna finish up before 9.
No, we're not, Sully, because once we win, we're going to be higher than 1%. Thank you. Right? Exactly. That's through 7 races.
Profits are profits, Sully.
Exactly. Bobby D's got 210 with 6-7. Good luck, Bobby. Yep, you played with money. We played with the house money the whole night, and that's basically the goal of this show. You know what I'm saying? Which is so true. And then to even tell you, which is funny. So Tim and I, which is funny, is that to tell the funny story. Tim and I really kind of, that's kind of our philosophy, even off the show. I mean, like we hit the pick. Thank you, Bobby D. So appreciate it, man. Like we hit our first pick 6, pick 5, excuse me, at Keeneland for, was it $534, right? The temptation is, if you and Beverly's got 4, is that 2 with the 1, 3, 7, 10. Good luck, Beverly. exactly. So the natural is, we can turn that into, nope. The rest of the weekend, just a nice, played with their money and, not big bucks to try to cash it. We didn't have it. We almost got it the third day, but we were still way ahead, and that's how you do it. The horses are almost him one more time. Almost time for it. Oh, they're still in the.
I did not expect 210 to be the 1-2 favorites. I expected the 2 to be the favorite, but
Yeah.
I kind of went to the 10 a little bit, moving away. I didn't like the 5, and I liked the 5-1 on the 10, but the 10 is now the second pick at 7-2.
Yeah.
Hopefully that changes. We'll see if the 5 takes some more money.
3 is a gray. You know where the 3 is the whole time. Groundhog. Hello, good sir.
What's up, Groundhog?
He's 2 is 1, 5, 10 with 1, 5, 10 with 1, 4, 6, 7, 10. Good luck, buddy. Curtis Danette's got to try key 2 with the 1, 5, 7, 10. Good luck, Curtis. Keeneland was fantastic, my friend. Sorry we didn't get to see you there. We saw Brian there. I don't think, honestly, Tim, because I was there Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you could have 5 better weather days than we had.
It was amazing.
I mean, that was just absolutely perfect. There was one day it was a little scary there. It stayed cold until like 12.
Right before the first race, the sun came out, and it was just
exactly
warmed up, and it was amazing.
Even the ushers were kind of like, "Okay, what's going on here?"
but no, the weather was incredible the whole time.
Racing was great. My boy Junior won maybe like 3 or 4. He was all over it. Tyler was just riding. Let me just say this. I think Tim will agree with me, right? There may not be a better combination than Tyler Gaffilione and Brendan Walsh. Those two just, it's amazing. They are just so consistent together. Now that would, if you had that weather for the Breeders' Cup, my friend, holy cow!
No, it won't happen.
It won't happen.
Although, Mike, I would love to see it. The end of October in Lexington. No,
that's not happening.
Bring your coat.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Sean, I'm telling you, my 3 is 23-1.
Yeah.
I like this horse. Looks amazing in the paddock. I think this horse can finish underneath for a piece at 23-1.
I even got the drive through Versailles.
It is Versailles.
Yep. I came in, Tim, you would know this. I didn't even know. And Groundhog should be there for the Breeders' Cup. Awesome.
I'll tell you what. I actually emailed Breeders' Cup ticketing.
Yep.
Because the tickets aren't on sale yet. They go on sale next week. And the area I wanted to be in, as well as a couple of other areas that I would go to as alternates, they're all sold out already.
Weird.
So I'm a little pissed.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And now I'm contemplating, I was going to go for both days. And now I'm contemplating saying, screw you, and not even going, because it's like, I don't want to be in any of the other areas. That's where I wanted to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was going to spend the money to do it. And it's like, and I'm like, selling the tickets before the tickets go on sale.
Oh, look at that, Tim.
What's that?
What time is it?
I have no idea what time is it.
Oh, No, for the last time tonight.
No, I'm just got
Riders up!
All right, let's go. Yeah, Groundhog. I remember the days. Do you remember when it also used to be like $25 to get into the infield at Churchill, and it was like the whole infield and not just a
Yeah.
little sliver along the backstretch fence like they
Yeah.
do now? It's ridiculous. The ticket prices at major sporting events have just gotten stupid.
Yeah. Groundhog, I was right there with you.
Stupid.
Now, Carrier tried his best, but he was just no match for Cigar.
Horses
The
are
unbeatable
on the track for the finale.
Cigar.
There is your 1-2 favorite, Miracle on Central. Izzy Castillo. Sean?
Yep. I didn't even know he's down there. I was
There's
wondering where he
Baby
went.
Zong. Baby Zong at all 27-1.
Yep. Tim's upset special.
A soldier's pal, the 4. Doesn't like the pony, rearing up a little bit. 5 looks pretty good for those of you who like Life's Ride. Juan Vargas in the saddle. 11-1. There goes
One.
Beach Trippin'. 19-1 on the 6. There is your 7 horse, 20-1, Wildcats Meow, Jose Luis Rodriguez.
Oh, unaccounted for. I remember him.
The 8, 9-1, Little J. Henry. There will be no other J. Henrys. There was one John Henry, and there will only be one John Henry.
That's right.
There's your longest shot in the field, the 950-1. And second on the odds board at a nice 5-1 is your 10 horse. Two minutes to post.
2 minutes to post.
Closing out the card on Evangeline for the night. And I think we'll have probably 2 more weeks of Evangeline before Woodbine goes to Thursday. Correct, Sean?
Yep.
And then we will be at Woodbine for a while.
Yes, we will. One minute to post. Thank you again to everybody for joining us. Groundhog says the 5 is sneaky, in my opinion. Yep.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Cinnabon this year.
Yep.
Definitely won't be the lounge.
No. That you can.
The 2 horse though, Sean, 2-5. I mean, I know this horse is a favorite, but we remember this is a maiden race with a bunch of horses who have raced forever and not won, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Lloyd, that's the same thing. We're not throwing our profit away either. We're going out a winner.
Big winner.
Big winner.
Huge.
I do kind of like the 1 at 14-1. I think that's intriguing. I'm just saying versus this group, you know? The one does look interesting.
I'll tell you, this 2 to 5 on the 2 almost makes me want to play like a 5-10, 5-10.
Yeah. Yep. It always starts in mid-May. Yeah. They always have a big derby party, and then they start their action. The horses are making their way to the gate one last time. Ethan says, further ado wins the Kentucky Derby.
I won't complain. If Further Ado wins the Derby, I will be cashing a bet. So
Yeah, with the goat on his back.
Ethan says he can't wait to get some ass. Assiniboia.
Making their way into the gate.
Here we go. Last time tonight.
Let's see if we can turn a profit here. Further ado in the Puma. Okay, there you go.
That would definitely pay a little bit.
Very nice. Commandment 3, Renegade 4. Okay. Blanket.
Dan and Bourbon.
Yep. It's got Bendug Groundhog on Friday. Watch out for Bendug. He's there so he can get a ride over the track before Saturday. His only mount of the day.
Ten's going in.
Yep.
Loaded up for the final race this evening. Backing out. Loading up.
And they're off.
And a good break from the outside for the 9 down on the inside. There's my long shot, the 3 horse, showing a little early speed, as in between horses is the 6 and just outside that one. Believe that's the 8. The 2 down on the rail, though, your huge favorite, now puts a nose in front from inside. Just sitting outside that one is still the 3 horse. The 6 Beach Trippin' is going to be 3 wide in third. 4 wide, another length back, is Little J Henry. Down on the rail is the 1. The 5 is another half length off that one. And then you've got the 9. The quarter was in 22 and 3. Miracle on Central still right there. Beach Trippin' trying to draw up alongside. Here comes Little J Henry from further back.
Come on, 1.
3 Baby Zong is still in
Up that
pouncing
rail,
distance.
1.
Needs that rail come up on the inside with that 3
rail,
horse.
1. Oh,
Need that 10 to get moving here. Here's the 2. There's my
all
long
over.
shot, the 3 coming up inside. Where's my 10 horse coming from the outside? Need the 10 to get there. Not going to do it, but my 3 horse is going to hang on. 2. Is he going to get second?
2, 6, 3.
2, 6, 3. Wow. Love that horse.
Beach Trippin' came in second.
Yeah, I did not have that one on my bingo card, Sean.
No, exactly.
Did have Baby Zong, though.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, ran a good race. Phil Disson and Johan Regengefeld.
Listen to this, Sean. Your exacta probables.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you think is the lowest exacta probable? The 2 with who?
Could be the 6.
It's the 6. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The 6 is not second, but
Yeah, how's this? 20 to 1 more. He's 19 to 1. How did that pay $5 and 10 for a dollar?
Exactly.
What the heck is that?
Got hammered.
What the heck? And the 5,
That's crazy.
7 to 2 morning line goes off at 30 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the 1, the 5, and the 10 all made sense as being
Yeah.
lower exactas, but nope.
Yeah.
You know what that was, don't you, Sean?
Yeah. Caw. Thanks, Curtis. I hope you have a great weekend, my friend. Yeah, but you know what, though, folks? At Evangeline down this year, we have turned a profit. and that, my friends, is winning. And we had the right horse on top.
Craziness.
Imagine that, though, too. I mean, come on, man. What are you doing? You know?
Sean, listen to my try.
Yeah.
You ready for this? 2, 5, 3, 10. Look at the board.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
2, 6, 3, 10.
Oh,
Damn the luck.
damn, boy, exactly. So close. Oh, yeah. Beverly almost hit the he hit the exact of the 3 at Beverly.
Yeah, you and me both, Beverly. I wanted that 3 up as well. I would have had that exacta, but none of them were paying great. 2, 3 was even only 13 to 1.
$51,000 on the 2 to win.
Yes, crazy.
Somebody just hammered that. Beverly, you have that roast beef sandwich this weekend for me.
1 to 9 that horse was.
We'll be living vicariously through
So
you.
71,000 in the win pool, 51,000 of it is on the 2.
Wow.
7 of 10,000 in the show pool is on the 2.
Wow.
11 of 16 in the place pool.
Isaac Castillo just taking over Evangeline by storm.
All right, everybody have a great weekend.
Yep.
Watch the Oakland handicap. Keep an
Yes.
eye on the channel because we've got a lot of Derby prep that we're putting together that
Yep.
should start rolling out here hot and heavy. We'll do some horse
Yes.
profiles and some other conversations about the Derby coming up as we get closer to the 152nd running of the Kentucky Derby.
Yes. Thank you to everybody. We'll see you soon. So appreciate you guys. Great to be back with you.
Have a good night.